Welcome everybody to Talk That Talk, where we have unfiltered, uncensored, uncomfortable conversation.
Hi, I'm Eric Prince, traditional show style coordinator for U.S. Bands. Very excited for what we have coming down the road. To reflect on the past, our initial contest that we had at Prairie View A&M with Dr. Timmy Zachary was very successful. Excited for 2022. We're going to start in Montgomery, Alabama with Professor Brandon Howard out of Huntington College. Then we're going to return back to Texas at Prairie View A&M with Dr. Timmy Zachary. And then we're going to head up to Virginia State with Professor Taylor Whitehead. And then we're going to finish up 2022 back in North Carolina with my peer here, Mr. Gary M. Bryant.
Guess what? 2023, we got more exciting things coming your way. We're going to Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to go down to Shreveport, Louisiana, Jacksonville, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, Columbia, South Carolina, and we got one more, Jackson, Mississippi. So get ready. Here we come.
All right. Welcome everybody to Talk That Talk. We have the unfiltered, unscripted, uncomfortable conversations about band, HBCU, band culture, music education, and more. Let me go ahead and introduce the panel, even though one of them already clicked off already. But we got Maya.
Hi.
And we got Quan Smith. No. Oh, because you got the other joint down there. Hold up. Talk now. Take the mute off.
Yeah, it's definitely on.
Your mute is on, bro. Oh, yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Good. What's up,
That's
everybody?
That's so sad.
I make it work though.
So you on the school computer and they hit you with the Smiths because the audio don't work?
Yeah, bro.
Oh man, we gotta do better than that, man.
So I got my phone, my computer camera up, talking through my phone.
Resourceful.
Yeah,
Hey.
absolutely. All right, man. Well, let's go ahead and do it. We've been gone for a while, quite a while actually. So what I want to do is I want to kind of catch up with everybody. Man, what y'all been doing? Where y'all been? Working.
Working day and night.
That's it.
Come on, we still took a break when we were still kind of in the summertime.
What break?
Who got a summer?
Damn, I tried, you know.
You tried.
Ooh, the Dallas came out. Who has a summer?
All right, well then I'll go ahead and talk about what I did. I finally went back to Virginia. You see, I got my first, by the grace of God, I got my first Norfolk State University NAIA that was not Spartan Legion. So this is
You old.
I'm
officially old.
But real talk. Like,
Not you went to the gift shop.
I did. I got this hat and I got a shirt. So I'm excited by that, man. So it's a fresh hat. I'm probably never gonna wear it after. Well, I probably am. I'm gonna wear it to homecoming. But man, I'm telling you, like I was super excited by that. So it's been 20 years, man. This year marks 20 years since I actually stepped on the campus of Norfolk State. So we having our 20-year high school reunion, but it's kind of dope because a lot of my rookie brothers and stuff, we've been talking about, it being 20 years for homecoming. So I'm super excited about that. So that did happen. So yay to me. There we go.
Hey, bro, if you start wearing your shirt tucked in with your belt with a rope belt with them with the barbecue 13s.
Oh no, you'll never catch me in them joints. You'll never
them Spice Adams.
I'm telling you, you never in life gonna catch me in them joints, dog. The wife be trying to get me in. You could be wearing them. Nah, I'm good. I'm absolutely good. I think I have a little bit more respect for myself than to wear them.
Shit.
Now I will wear a shirt tucked in now. Now that's a little different. But that's how I used to dress when I was in school. Give me a nice little pair of khakis and give me a t-shirt and tuck it in with a nice little belt. Y'all ain't do that?
You was raised by old people, bro. Sorry. You was raised by old people, bro.
I was. So
Say
what?
cargo shorts. At least he didn't say khaki cargos.
Right. You know what I'm saying? At least I had the pants daddies. Freshly ironed, freshly pressed. You know what I'm saying?
They
Had
with
a
the
little
crease down the
crease
middle.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
No, but not the starchy jean crease, just a regular crease down the middle.
Oh,
It don't matter.
a crease is a
Hey,
crease.
question. Hey,
Yeah.
this would determine it. Was your pants pleated?
It depends.
You ain't, bro. You old. You old.
Because
If
you
you ain't
got
rocking them flat fronts, bro, you ain't in with that.
now you gotta remember sometimes I ain't always buy my pants. So I didn't always have a choice. Sometimes I show up with whatever my mama had. So I had to do
I ain't
that.
wearing that. I'm gonna hit my mama with them.
Hey man, hey, look, you gotta be you gotta fly it out whatever way you do it, man. I'm just saying, man. Don't be hating. See, I'm trying to talk to y'all about my good moments and my happy moments, man. Got my Norfolk State Spartan daddy on. Y'all trying to make me feel bad.
And you had your toes out. I saw one of your pictures. You had your toes out. I said that boy grown.
You lying now. You lying. You absolutely lying.
So wait, so you wasn't sitting on that beach there, that beach chair, daddy, when you was at the beach and your
No.
toes out in the slippers?
Well, first of all, I took my kids to King's Dominion, and they were at the water park, so I was there chilling. Yes, I mean,
With
I
the
ain't gonna
toes
be,
out.
absolutely right. I ain't gonna be at a water park with some goddamn old socks and gym shoes on.
You had the toes out. That's all I said. I said you were chilling at the beach with the toes out.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you like this: if you go to a water park and you got a whole gym set on, you tripping. I was going in there enjoying that sun and let my kids run around, so you can have that. I'm good. Hey, I got my toes out. I was happy with
I
the
take
toes
my
out
kids
too.
to the water park in Jay's because I know I ain't swimming.
I didn't get in, but I sure got on that goddamn lawn chair and relaxed in the sun with my toes out. It wasn't nothing wrong with that.
Your
Absolutely.
toes got wet. You was like, "Come on, daddy!" Splash, splash.
Okay,
splash.
my
Your
toes didn't get
got
wetted out. I didn't get up. My wife took care of the kids. I was chilling. I was enjoying the fact that
man.
old daddy was just sitting up there hanging and having a good time. So
I
hey,
love that for you. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
thank you,
Hey,
man.
Well deserved, bro. Well deserved.
Thank you. Anyway, man. So we are back. It has been a interesting time since we've been gone. I've had a lot of time to sit, think, and reflect on a lot of things, not just life, absolutely, but the show, things that I want to do going forward. I have a lot of things that I want to present this year, man. So all of our viewers, everybody, man, I appreciate y'all holding it down. Sticking around there. Lameek's videos, man, I done seen you in every single show, clip, everybody, man. So I appreciate the support and all that you've been doing, bro. But yeah, man. So we back. Like I said, got some things coming up. And somebody asked me, I think it was yesterday, am I still doing a Norfolk show? Absolutely. That is still happening. But I got some plans for that. And in order to pull it off, I got to make sure that everybody's schedules align. So that's what I'm working on right now. All right.
Well, I do want to share some things that I did experience this summer.
Thank you. There you
go.
go.
That God has blessed me with. First and foremost, I had the opportunity to go to UT to share a great experience with one of your Spartan Legion greats, Dr. LaToya Webb. She informed me of conducting symposium with the greats like Jerry Junkin. And if you don't know who that guy is, he's one of the great Dr. Kroon. Another
how you have problems you using two different vehicles to be able to make it run?
When you're in the presence of greatness, meaning everybody is striving.
This is terrible, bro. Why don't you just log in with your phone?
Man, and that's a whole almost worship session. I mean, whenever
He can't even hear what we saying, dog. This is terrible.
I'm logged
This
in.
is so sad. This is literally like the first episode that we ever had, bro. Come on, man. You're not gonna do this to it. We've been doing this for too long at this point.
Give me one second.
You got 1 second. Good Lord. See, man, we try to start out right, try to do it the right way. Here come Quan and his janky internet and computers. Maya, what you doing? We gotta wait for him.
In real life, what am I doing?
Yes.
Well, nothing. Fake. Well, I was about to say working, but then I was like, no, I'm not actually about to do that.
I'm had to get on you for a second.
Me?
Uh-huh. See, now I got to put on the hat. Well, I got a hat on, but I got to put on.
What am I doing now?
I seen you post a little picture on the Instagram with your body all out. Mm-hmm. Showing the world. Showing the world.
It was a piece of shoulder.
It was too much skin. Way too much skin. It's
Oh
not.
my gosh, it was a piece of shoulder.
The sweater you got on now is the only thing that you can wear when you go out. That's it.
Lord Jesus, help me, Jesus, help me.
Oh shoot, what's up, Justin? Good to see you, brother. Hey, speaking of Justin, real quick, man, I've been cutting videos, and I'm still behind. The videos I was cutting was the mass band joints. I realized Justin had a whole segment on that. Justin came in and he just was like, "Look, I'm gonna be a part of the show today."
Mm-hmm.
So, Justin, if you see a lot of them episodes go up, you are a star in most of those episodes. So, congratulations, man. but good to see.
He had to get in where he fit in.
As a matter of fact, hey man, are you coming to the National Battle of the Bands? If y'all don't know, man, we're gonna be at the National Battle of the Bands. Myself, Maya, Quan, and Portia. We are all gonna be there in high spirits and good spirits. So make sure y'all check us out, and we'll talk about that later on during the episode. Let me see if Quan is ready to go, so we can move this thing forward. Look at that better?
Yeah.
Not really, but we're gonna go.
It's better. It's not great, but it's better.
You hear me?
Yep.
It's a fat baby heavy.
Okay, there you go. That's better. I'm gonna say it was giving Android.
What up, Chuck?
Damn. Okay. So, damn it. All right. So I'm on the new computer. Anyway, so my thing is this: I was blessed to experience conducting symposium with Dr. Latoya Webb, former Spartan Legion, to be taught by some of the greats like Jerry Junkin, who's a professor emeritus at UT, to be surrounded and networking with great conductors and future conductors of the world inspired me to truly hone down and getting ready, preparing myself to get this DMA in music education, minoring in conducting. So that's going to be next year. That's where I'm going. But I was able to, get that inspiration. But for those that do not know, my band was selected by the NFL Hall of Fame. I did a 30-hour road trip from Houston to Canton, Ohio, with my band students, and we did March in the Parade. It was truly a blessing to represent Clifford Branch, Raiders inductee. And it's things like that God opens doors for. I just truly feel that, I really be feeling like I'm unworthy, but favor and fair, and he favors me in several different situations. So I just was excited about that. But more importantly, I was just happy to give my kids from the hood an experience like none other. Took them to 5-star restaurants. You should have seen them. Mr. Mitchell, what we do with this cup of water? Oh, you rinse your fingertips. Oh, yo, we rinsing fingertips. So they got, to experience that 6-course meals and different things like that. And what we put this on? Girl, eat it anyway. Like for them to experience all of that stuff was truly a blessing. I have few videos on my Instagram as well as the Marching Pride of Sunnyside Instagram page where they just singing, and it's crazy. Like when you just look at the innocence of kids, that's why we do what we do. We know that administration gonna trip, but it's always about the kids. So if you're not doing it for the kids, and if it's not about the kids and it's about your ego, you're in the wrong profession. So that was my summer. That's why I ain't had no break. And now we back to football season.
Man, that's absolutely crazy, bro. You know, I'm always in your corner and bigging up, but you hit the nail on the head, man. That's what it's for, man. Giving those kids an experience, man. I think I told you the story, man. When I took my kids just to the National Battle of the Bands from Dallas, they had never the biggest thing for them, bruh. You talking about 5-star restaurant, the biggest thing for them was Buc-ee's. They was like, yo, what is this place? I was like, bro, you ain't never been to Buc-ee's? They was like, no, Mr. Luke, no, I ain't never, man. They went in there, racked up, dog. So, you know, just those experiences, you know, that means something to those kids and assists with them forever, man. And they definitely remember you for those things, man. So 100%, man, that is super dope, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep grinding, bro. You know, I'm always support in whatever way that I can, man.
Appreciate
All right. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Real talk. I'm not even planning on having a long show today. It might run long though, but I ain't planning on having one because, you know, usually I don't plan on it. I usually try to keep it between an hour 20, hour 30, but then it'd be like 2 hours because we be getting in our bag, and then, you know, Justin, he be writing down everything that he need to say, and then he come in, and then it be yeah, Buc-ee's is definitely undefeated. But yes, it's definitely one of those things where I don't plan on it, but we gonna see how it rolls, man. So let's go ahead and get this thing started from the top. Here we go. Welcome everybody to Talk That Talk. We have the unfiltered, unscripted, uncomfortable conversations about band, HBCU band culture, music education, and more. Man, y'all go ahead and smash that like, daddy. We are bike. I don't know why people say it like that, but we back. I'm from Houston, and I don't even say it like, I don't say bike. I just say we back.
Hey,
you know?
you forgot to make one more announcement, bro. That's important.
Uh-oh. What?
Student loans. Go on, sign.
Oh, see, hold up. First, let me finish this. Smash that like daddy, first of all, and subscribe to the Passion Is Network and turn on notifications. This episode will be up on all your podcast networks. Just type in Real Talk That Talk, except for Apple Podcasts, where you type in Talk That Talk. All right, bro. I was gonna have one of the topics be student loans. Like literally, that was one of the topics that I was gonna hit tonight, but I didn't want to come in with that much heat and aggression because I got a personal feeling about that is so messed up, bro. Like, never mind. I ain't gonna get into that, bro. Because yeah, we gonna table the student loan conversation for next week. How about that? We'll talk about all those things next week. So we might not even get totally on band and music education. We might just talk about just education, period, and university, all that stuff. So we might put that in there. So for all of y'all hold on to your seats if y'all want to have that conversation. We can definitely have that conversation next week. All right, man. So here we go. Serious question, 100%. I will tell you that I have seen a lot of videos, and I have seen a lot of family and friends days, merges, and everything in between. What is your prediction of this marching season? What is your prediction? Now, see, I just see a look on Maya that lets me know she ain't really watched nothing. So she gonna be like, well, I ain't really watched nothing because I just been working so much. So, you know, I'ma just tell what I think I feel. But, you know, I'm sorry, Maya, my bad. Go ahead, Maya.
I wait my turn.
No, you got it. Go ahead. Your turn.
Well, that's partially true, but
yeah, see, I knew it.
That's partially true. But the merge clips that I did say, okay, so now I was looking at the interwebs and the YouTubes and things, and I saw a couple videos about some people having some personal conversations about them making a particular team in Alabama, which kind of raised some alarms for me because I was like, okay, wow, I don't know what's going on there. But we've said that even last season, when it comes to Alabama State, I don't really know. And this is strictly the auxiliary dancer side of everything. I don't really know what's going to happen with the Stingettes this year. Last year, absolutely, when they were in my top 5 for sure. This year, I'm not really sure what's going on because it seems like it's a lot of transitions and a lot of in-house things happening.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, before you keep going, I'm not even well versed on what happened with them. I saw like a letter that got put out on social media, but I'm gonna be honest, I ain't really read that letter.
So long story short, now I don't know their how they coordinate, or they say like coordinator, sponsor, director, whatever. I don't know what their leadership is or their organizational chart or what have you, but the lady that was over this thing is, from my understanding, allegedly, I ain't trying to get nobody in trouble. Allegedly, you know what I'm saying? Allegedly, she was removed as coordinator, sponsor, whomever. Now, the actual reasons, I'm unsure. It was a lot of he said, she said that I heard about, just a lot of like mess, but I don't know in terms of like facts what exactly happened. So I know that there's a transition with leadership. And then also I know, or it is my understanding at ASU, they have a 3-year rule, I believe. So once you march your 3 years, then you can't do a fourth, or you can't do anything after that unless you get special permissions or be asked back by the band director or whatever. That is my understanding. I don't know how valid, but that is my understanding. So last year's captain, I believe, will not be a part of this year's team. Again, there have been times where there have been 2-year captains before. It's kind of few and far between for them, but I don't know how true or not that is. And apparently some girls that were supposed to be shoe-ins for this year's team may not have made it for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because they didn't audition or they didn't make it, a little of both, what have you. So in terms of the whole Alabama State situation, it's going to be quite interesting. Now, moving back on to Texas, I saw an 8-minute clip that the Motion put out today, and I was very well pleased. Like, I'm very excited to see what they have going on. Last year, I think, was a total game changer for them, especially with the new leadership, Danielle. I don't know. Like, I'm very, very interested. I'm very invested, band-wise as well as dancer-wise, and that's one of the things that I'm not sure if I would have always said that. So
I'm shocked. That's why I'm like, okay.
Yeah, me too. But I really see some things in terms of technique, just in terms of overall structure. It seems like they're sort of hitting their stride. And I think that especially coming off of last year, they have a lot of momentum to really kind of get deep in the bag, like a solidified bag. I think last year was like the transition. Now it's like we're at our level and we know exactly what we're doing. So interested to see what's going on with them. Of course, the home team, the Foxes, I'm always interested to see what they're going to do. Leadership is crazy. Miss Shawn is always putting forth her best efforts, and she's getting better year over year. So, of course, I know that that's going to go without a hitch. Now, the merge. I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, so from my understanding, there are 4 freshmen that are joined or will be JSS this year. I think that there's a bit of a murder squad on the loose. I think from what I saw, the things was thangin' in the sense of for them to have 2 weeks.
Else, but okay.
Not that no things was thangin', possibly depending on what you like, ain't my business. But you know, from what I saw, for 2 weeks of band camp, 2.5, 3 weeks, whatever it is that they have, they look like a strong team. They're cohesive. There are some things that could be worked on, of course, but I'm very, very interested to see what's going on there. Let's see, Alabama A&M. I forget who is the captain this year. I've seen small clips. I'm going to see if I can pull some up. But from what I can tell, I'm very interested in what they're going to be doing this year as well. Alabama A&M is not typically somebody that I'm well versed on, just because, just in terms of, they're usually not necessarily out of my league in terms of my standards, but that's just not a school that I kind of geared towards. But I think that they're possibly going to be doing some other things, some good things. Other than that, all the other schools on my radar, I'm not really sure what's going on. But as I get more information, I will provide that. So, joke's on you. Better than you thought. I was a little bit more prepared.
I stand corrected.
Thank you.
Thank you for proving me wrong. You definitely said some things I'm gonna bring up. I ain't gonna bring them up right now. I'm gonna wait till Quan gets his joint off.
Fair.
And then after that, then I'm gonna say what I need to say. But Quan, what is your prediction for this marching season? Also, man, if y'all in the chat, what's your prediction for this marching season?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I really watched from the start to the end of Norfolk State's one. Shout out to Derek, a Passion Network brother. He wrote the hell out of that. What is it? Champagne song, but it's a Drake song. That boy wrote the hell out of that song, bro. Like, I was like, God damn, I think y'all telling the truth. Norfolk is the truth, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That ain't no fabrication. Ain't no sugarcoating. Them boys sound good. They have volume. You hear the background, foreground. You hear the counter melodies. You hear the melody, like you hear the woodwinds. Like you hear, like they're a full band, bro. Like I really like that. I really, really like them for what they're doing. Now, when it just comes to like kicking ass and taking names, if you wasn't impressed with Jackson State merge, bro, like, come on, like you tripping. Like, and if you really didn't like it, low key kind of hater. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they shut everything down when they played Gracie's Corner. I thought that was just outside the box for them to play that arrangement. And you know, of course, in the Black community, we was jamming it anyway. We didn't know a nursery rhyme could be that funky, but for them to actually play it, I thought that was dope. I saw PV's band day. I think PV's they sound like PV. I don't know much to say, but they sound like PV. They sounded good. They sounded clean. I saw Tennessee State's one. That's another one that I saw that was fire. You know, I think bands are really pushing like this year, and I'm excited to truly see who's going to come out on top. I think we're going to have some sleepers. I want to see how Alabama A&M improves throughout the year. I did see their merge as well. But honestly, if I had to put it in the order, now, mind you, I did not see Southern's one, and I don't know if they had one. I saw some clips of them in their blue shirt that was outside their band hall. I don't know what was going on. That's not the best that I've seen Southern, so I don't know what's going on. But of course, I expect them to improve. But my sleeper, this is me. This is Quano. It's Grambling. My sleeper is Grambling. And if you look at the history of the trajectory of Grambling, I have to give let Julian drop his head. I have to give my props to Dr. Roebuck. So I'm looking at the totality of the entire program, of where she's brought that program over the last few years under her leadership and tenure. They're growing and improving every single year. But I ain't gonna lie, god damn, Ricardo, that drum section is huge. Like, it damn, there's like 20 snare drums. Like, god damn. Like, that's even too much for me. I mean, I'm just saying, I like Popeye's chicken, but you bought the whole franchise. Just not like, damn. But, you know, big ups to them. But, hey, bro, Jackson State gonna be knocking boys out, man. That's all I'm saying. But who really had me like, what the hell, was Norfolk. So that's where I'm at right now. Yes, Graham fam.
So Graham fam. I'm gonna say this, because when I originally hit you up, that was the first thing you said to me was Norfolk. You know, I'm not gonna sit up here and like, the Legion sounds good to me. I mean, but the Legion's the Legion. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect the Legion to sound bad. I just don't. You know, even when listening to them, you're just gonna get a different sound. Like you said, the woodwinds are definitely gonna be present. They're gonna be heard, but that's something that we always tried to make sure that happened. And Miss Sanders is like a beast for that. Like, you know, you're always gonna hear that saxophone, piccolo, clarinet section. That's just never gonna not happen. But the Legion sounds great, man. And shout out to the first female drum major at Norfolk State. I was watching her because her eyes, I mean, the eyes are gonna be on her. Like, it's just not gonna not happen. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna be watching what she did or what she does and what she has done. And I would definitely say she's really doing some great work. So shout out to Cap. And you know, like I said, the Legion's gonna Legion, and I expect for them to Legion. I really want to see the progression throughout the year. I know typically what ends up happening is we'll get a good video and then we don't hear from them for like, you know, months, and then we'll get another good video and then, you know, they go disappear again. So I think for me, as far as Norfolk State is concerned and just the alma mater is concerned, I just want to see more from them because I know the quality they can produce. I just want to be able to see more from them.
So I have a question for you. Not saying that you weren't unimpressed, but because you're from there, do you feel like it's like, oh, that's the house?
Half and half. Half of it is that. The other half of it, they just sound really good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. They sound good. You know what I'm saying? But especially us going through that whole mass band situation of us experiencing it live versus video. I know it's a wider sound and a better sound, in front of them than what I'm going to get on the camera. But 100%, I think they sound great. But once again, half of that is the home team, so I expect it. But I do have a question that I'm asking to everybody out there who's watching, and y'all, did half of Jackson's brass section, specifically low brass, were they in the Georgia mass band? I'm just asking, because bruh, that merge, when they opened up on that, I can't remember what song it was, that last song when they actually merged together, dog, they was eating. They was absolutely eating, dog. There's no question about it, dog. Like Graham, not Graham. I'm looking at comments and saying Graham Jackson is gonna be nasty, dog. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says.
And
they are
Trump
going to be nasty. I'm sorry. You say what?
And their trumpets improved.
Yeah, the trumpets are better. The trumpets are better.
That's what I mean. But we all know. I just saw the comment when it comes to the tubas. Tuba's been eating the last 5 years, so we expect that from tubas. But when it comes to the trumpets, I think from the balance of the mellophone section and baritone section, they was getting ate up. I mean, that mellows is killing.
But when I looked inside, I didn't see a bunch of mellows either. Because if I remember correctly, I think it was only like 6 or so upperclassmen. I can't remember it directly, but it wasn't a lot of upperclassmen mellows. But they were still eating, dog. Like they was eating. I can't say enough about the fact that they was eating, dog. So I think that I'm balancing sound, blend, and all that kind of stuff out the window for like 1 second. They gonna be loud as piss water. So I'm just gonna put that out there. First of all, second of all, them sets this year. Look at here, okay. For about 5 seconds, I'm gonna be a dirty old man because I'm not looking at I'm sorry, I'm not looking at technique and all that kind of stuff. Them sets this year, and maybe it just was the outfit, but they right on time. They was right on time. That's all I'm gonna say. And shout out to what's her name, Priscilla. That's her name. Because once again, she's one of those ones, because she's Hispanic and she's on the line. Be quiet, Quan. Because she's Hispanic and she's gonna be on the line, everybody's gonna be watching her. So, I was watching them. I was watching the sets, but my eye kept going towards her. But I think the camera also goes towards her a lot too, because of the fact that she is that Hispanic dancer on the line. So, but 100%, bro. Like, once again, I ain't looking at no dances. I ain't looking at no 8 counts. I wasn't looking at none of that. I was just looking. Yeah, I was looking at them for a second. All right, and then finally,
is she the captain?
No, she's not. But the captain,
the
captain is a pretty young lady. I ain't even gonna lie. Because I don't know these. Maya knows better than I do. But that's her name.
That's her name, Kyla.
Oh, okay. Well, the girl from last year, she was like really short. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So for me, it wasn't anything against her. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of overlooked her for the other girl with the short hair that was a senior that everybody was talking about. Because
Kenji.
Yeah, whatever her name is. So she stood. I mean, the taller young lady stood out to me last year, but this new captain, she stands out to me. And I think there's not one person as I'm looking at them that stands out above anybody else, except for Priscilla because she's Hispanic. But other than that, man, shout out to the sets. And then finally, man, I gotta say it. Well, finally,
go ahead and say it. We've been waiting on it.
Well, finally on Jackson State. Shout out to Marvin, man, and J5 line. I am 100% a J5 fan, been a J5 fan for years. If they gave me the opportunity to get out there and do it with them, I would definitely try. I probably wouldn't make it a whole session, but I would do, I would make it through Get Ready. But after that, I'm tagging out. But no, shout out to Marvin and his squad, man. I I thought it was super dope to watch the merge when they came in, and then to see Nate on the side, you know what I'm saying, bigging up the squad. And if y'all don't know who Nate is, Nate was the head drum major from last year and the year prior. So you know, it was dope to watch Marvin and his squad be able to do his thing. Some things they got to clean up, absolutely. They're still working through some things. I know there was a little mistake at the beginning of Get Ready when they first marched in, but you know, in totality, good little squad, man. I can't wait to see them clean up and see the ideas that they come up with this year. So that's my spiel on Jackson State. No more Jackson State, no more Norfolk. Getting to Grambling, because Quan, you did bring up Grambling. I just honestly were not impressed by their sound. I think they got a hell of a lot of trumpets, though. They had a lot of trumpets. Like that first, because I think you talking about that performance they did in the gym, right? And if that's the one you're talking about, that first row was like all trumpets and then like clarinets on, like I think clarinets, saxophones on the left side. So but yeah, I wasn't impressed by their sound, to be quite honest. You know, and I'm not saying that they're terrible. I'm just saying I wasn't necessarily impressed by their sound. So I know that they got a lot more work to do. And that's not on Dr. Roebuck or anything like that. I just think that they got some young players and they got to get to the level and work out some of the kinks. So I'm not gonna, discredit them on that, but I just wasn't impressed by what I heard. But I will say this: shout out to the small bands, man. I think I heard what was it? Not Central. What's the school next to Central? Somebody put up a clip. I can't remember what school it was. Hey, girl. What school was that? I can't think about it. But no, small bands are really doing something. Oh yeah, Tennessee State. I saw their merge originally.
Hey, bro. So, but Tennessee State not a small. Are you saying Tennessee?
No, I was giving props to Tennessee State while I tried to figure it out. Wilberforce, there we go. Somebody put it up. It's a side video of Wilberforce doing their thing. Decent sound. I'm not gonna knock him. Looks like they got a couple of numbers, but they're a smaller group. Kentucky State, we haven't seen them, but I know they're going to be doing their thing. So shout out to the smaller groups. I think I saw a video of Savannah State as well. They're out there doing their thing. So definitely shout out to the smaller groups, man, for putting their thing together and trying to make it work for what they got, man. And yeah, Wilberforce, I think this is their first year establishing the program, if I'm not mistaken. Or they always had one, but I think they're just now doing a marching band. I don't know. But decent sound, definitely decent sound. Simmons College, I see a lot of posts, but I don't really see anything from the band. So I need to look up Simmons College. But yeah, back to Tennessee State though. Shout out to them. They were the first merge that I actually saw. And I think that their freshmen were phenomenal. They were doing some great things. So shout out to Tennessee State. And I think that's it for me, man, as far as predictions for the upcoming year. Oh yeah, PV. How can I forget PV? But yeah, PV saw their thing. I'm not gonna say that they sound bad or anything. I will definitely agree with you, Quan. PV sounds like PV. I think there would have been a different energy if there were a lot more people in the room. But for situations and circumstances, I understand why they couldn't have anybody in the room, so I understood that. But yeah, PV sounds like PV. I think they're doing great. They're continuing the tradition and the culture that Dr. Zachary has set since he got there in 2012, and I think it's carrying on. So I'll also Hop and all the rest of the team that's there. So I look forward to actually seeing them this upcoming weekend, man. I don't know. I might stop by there, man. Not on some recording stuff, just to go see everybody and say what's up. I'll call it.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
What? What's up?
How far is that from Houston?
You're in the Galleria. You could have asked me that off camera. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
But you good. You good. You're in the Galleria though, right?
Yes.
So that's, you probably talking about watching 5 minutes, maybe an hour. Yes, Quan. Think about it. Stop. Think about it, Quan. If you in the Galleria, bro.
Depending on the time of day.
But that's why I said about 45 minutes to
I would say for sure like 45-ish minutes.
Yeah.
To get to PV.
Pending.
Yeah, to get to PV, not to get to NRG. To get to NRG.
Yeah, that's about what,
25 minutes, maybe.
30 tops.
20.
Yeah, 20, 25, 30 minutes.
It all depends on how you drive too now, you know.
And the time of day.
And the time of day. And you got to remember what it depends on what way you taking too. Because if you're going the actual Galleria way, 59, blah, 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 you probably gonna get hit in that traffic. If you go on the back roads, you might be a little bit safer. So Portia, we'll help you out. We'll help you out. We got you.
Get your ways out, girl. Get your ways
out.
No,
don't get ways out. Don't get ways out, because ways will still hit you with Smiths, daddy, because of the fact that it's Houston traffic sometimes. Come on now.
Man, be real. You better select your best route.
That's true. But we got you. We'll help you out. All right. But Portia, since you in here, hey girl, what up?
Hey, I'm just leaving practice. That's why I'm like in the dark looking crazy.
No, you good.
I'm super excited to see y'all in like not that long from now. I leave at 5 a.m. on Friday, so I land at 9:50 in the morning. So yeah, I'll be in Houston.
All right. Well, since you running up that hill in the dark, what's your predictions for this next season?
What's my what for the next what?
Predictions. What's your prediction for this next season?
Ooh, child. Well, I heard how many people in PV band? I heard it's a whole lot of them, so I'm excited to see that. I guess I'm kind of biased, but I'm interested to see where this new Legion goes. Been seeing the progress that they've been making, so I'm expecting great things from them. I'm interested in seeing what Kentucky State does, because they've gotten bigger from what I'm told, and they normally sound pretty good, so I am interested to see what they sound like this year. I can't think of anybody else that I'm like overly. I mean, Southern going Southern, Jackson going Jackson. FAMU sounds amazing. I heard a couple of clips of them. They sound really good. So I think that's all I got right now. That I'm really looking forward. I love the way Southern plays a ballad, so I'm interested to see what ballads they pull out this year. But I think that's all I have right now.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, I forgot about FAM. I don't even know how I did that, but they had that video of them in the band room. Bruh, they sound great. I mean, and I'm gonna say it again. I stand corrected. I said this a while ago. I said that I didn't think that FAM was gonna be able to get back to the prestige that they used to be. I stand corrected, man. They sound great.
But that kind of takes us back to like that previous episode where we say, like, sometimes we get frustrated that the same, I guess, historical Black colleges hire their same people, and then they don't give others like an opportunity. But I guess they kind of proved that to sound like FAM, they needed FAM people, you know. And then I guess that kind of sucks because it's like now it's like, so do we go back to this traditional aspect of every college only needs to hire their own people that graduated from their institution, you know?
But I think that a lot of that goes with, I think a lot of that also helps to keep bodies in the seats, right? Because like if you have a tradition and a standard that continuously follows over and over again, people recognize that standard and that tradition, and that makes them want to go there. When you have constant turnover, and especially when it's not from the program in which that was there, it makes people not interested. I mean, that's just the harsh truth and reality. So there, I think that you may have some truth there, man. You know, FAM needed some FAM people in the seat. Imagine Southern without a Southern person.
I can't.
Exactly. Imagine
But-
Jackson without Jackson people. Somebody on the staff got to be from Jackson. Think about it.
So my thing is, look at the dream team for the Legion.
Now I disagree with that. I'm gonna tell you why I disagree with that. Dr. Zachary went to Norfolk.
He did go.
See?
Yeah. Somebody
So-
got to be homegrown. I agree.
Somebody on the staff got to be from the school. When we got to PV, it was me, Brown, Chris, and Gordon. Gordon had to be there. Gordon helped us out to really get an understanding of, everything that was going on. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
I respectfully disagree with that.
With what I said as far as Gordon?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I'm not
No.
trying. Well, go ahead. I got you. Go ahead.
No, because what I'm saying is because it's a completely different storm. Like if you took my years of marching with the storm from 06 to 10 until when doctors, and so let's just look at the chronological order. Dr. McQueen was that first, right? So then you backdoor, he transitioned out, Prof. Egg is there under Gordon. So then you backdoor, I got on the tail end of Prof. Egg's legacy. So you got 6 to 9. He passed away in 9. I marched in 10 under Dr. McQueen. McQueen was there from 10 to 12. Dr. Zachary take over 12 to where he's at now. Man, that's damn near 3 different storms. And even though Gordon was there in that transition, that's a whole different, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking
I can agree
the storm. I just feel like that's just a different storm.
But see here, and maybe this is inside stuff, right? But I could be wrong. I could be right.
Mhm.
But what is, other than inner workings, like what is the thing that makes them different?
You mean the storm?
Yeah.
Their whole tone is different, bro. Their sound is different.
So we're okay. So you're okay. Got you. Then if that's what we're going on, okay, I can agree to that. I can agree.
Yeah. So I mean, think about sound, and even honestly, the way I'm not gonna say the into the field, but like even the field show concepts completely different.
The swag is different.
100 that 100% agree. I don't know if you saw this, Quan. Somebody put up a video of all the box features from like 89 to like I think it was 96.
Mhm.
One of the things that I paid attention to was, well, absolutely the features, but then the other thing that I paid attention to was the drills. Because when I got there in 2012, I even living in the city, being from Houston, I didn't really pay attention to Prairie View like that, right? So I went back and I watched a whole bunch of old videos and stuff between like 2012 and 2013. That's all I did was watch PV videos. And one of the things that I realized that a lot of the drills became very stagnant. Like it went from him being semi-creative to then just building everything around the box. You know what I'm saying? Like he was creative in like the 80s. And then by the time the box became the box, it was like, all right, we just gonna make these drills. All right, move out the way. Here comes box. And then, all right, come back together. Here's foxes.
Low key picturesque, treble clef, raindrops. Okay, box, do your thing. All right, come back for your second portion for the black foxes. Okay, straight lines for the dance routine. Okay, let's get up off the field.
Yeah. So I can agree with you on that. I can agree with you.
So I mean, but that's why even as a Storm alum, I can appreciate, because I just look at it like this: the evolution of the Storm, of getting better as time progressed. And I feel like the baton had to be passed to people that was like, okay, I took it to this level. Okay, I need you to take it to this level. And then respectfully, you need to take it to this level. And whenever Dr. Zachary transitions out, I do believe, and I just believe that Prairie View is that one place that you can do that at. Not other institutions will allow you to do that. Now, on the flip side, we can look back at Southern's, in my opinions, trajectory. You got Doc Freeman, but Dr. Greg's is the Mount Rushmore, and then the transition to every single band director implemented their own little nuance, but it still was Southern. So we're gonna agree with that. I look at Mr. Jackson. He was the first one to be like, all right, we're gonna develop a bigger band, right? He did his thing, and then when Hamer took over, not just from a media aspect outside of the band, but that was some of the best, in my opinion, best sounding Southern
Best sounding Southerns. Well, I'm not gonna say period.
No, I'm saying no. Some of the
early, more newer Southern, yeah. Because earlier Southern to me was great.
Yeah,
but definitely Nate Hamer's band was one of the best sounding bands in the newer generation. Absolutely,
right, most definitely. So that's what I'm saying. So if you just look at those aspects of it, I mean, it was an evolution of it. But the FAMU that we see now has so many remnants of Dr. William P. Foster, Dr. Julian White, that aspect.
And if we're going off that argument, then Portia, I stand corrected. You're absolutely right then. If you're going off that argument, Portia is 100% correct, because the Emory Fierce years are different from the Isaac Walker years, which are different from the Dr. Sanford years.
Yep. Which are different from the William Bethea years. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Just in approach, sound, aggression. Because if you listen to the Emory Fierce years, if you listen to those Chief years versus the Walker years, there's a lot more aggression in the Walker years than there are in the Chief years. It just is. But if you talk to like Legion under Walker, they were just a lot more aggressive band. Like if you talk to them, they were aggressive, and they'll tell you they were aggressive. Whereas if you talk to us under the Doc era, we were about being a lot more musical. We were about cranking, but still being inside the pocket. Like there was just a different approach to every single one of us. So yeah, Portia, you're absolutely right. You're right. I stand corrected. I'm wrong again. My bad. Smith's daddy on me. Smaya, I'm just wrong all night. Dang, I'm gonna just shut up the rest of the time.
Somebody got to wear the hat.
Yeah, I do. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, man. Let's go ahead and move on, man. This has been a great topic. All right, welcome everybody to Talk That Talk. We have the unfiltered, unscripted, uncomfortable conversations about band, HBCU band culture, music education, and more. Man, y'all go ahead and smash that like daddy, man. Let's go ahead and get these likes up right now. Help us with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please make sure you subscribe to the Passioneers Network and turn on notifications. This episode will be up tomorrow on all your podcast networks. Just type in Real Talk That Talk, except for if you're on Apple Podcasts, where you can just type in Talk That Talk. And as I'm thinking about it, this is one of the things that I had a thought of while we were taking our break. Hey man, and this isn't to harp on anybody or anything like that. I was watching Crucial Conflict the other day. I think was it the other day? I can't remember. Or maybe I went back and watched one of the episodes. And one of the things that, because they're on the hunt to make it to 1,000 subscribers. And my thing is this: we have a small space in the small market. What we talk about and what we do, music education, marching band, especially in the historically Black college sector, it's just us. And I find it very interesting that, and I know we're going to like what we like, right? But I still find it very interesting that we just pick and choose who we choose to support. If we say we're for the quote unquote culture, then everybody should just be supporting everybody. I mean, I just kind of see it like that. Show Style Talk, Crucial Conflict, all these people who have shows and they're doing their thing, man. The first thing that I did is when I started this, I went and subscribed to them. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, the market is small, and this, regardless of whether you always agree or not, we still need to continue to support each other, because in some type of way, we're all pushing out content in this culture. Whether you like what we say, whether you dislike what we say, hell, you still got to support it, man. Because we're out here helping to push this content, man. That's just like, the videographers and all that kind of stuff, man. We got to continue to support them, no matter whether you agree with them or not. We still got to continue to support them, man. So, I just want to make sure that everybody knows that, how I operate is I want to try to make sure that we show love to everybody. It's not just a me thing. It's not just a us thing. It's an everybody thing. So we all in this, we all trying to grind, we all trying to get this together, and we all trying to support the culture in our own way. So that's 100% what I feel, man. So we got to continue to big each other up. All right, here we go. Next topic, though. We've been doing this thing for about a year, and we back. Do you feel like our conversations have started to impact the culture? Do you feel like our conversations have started to impact the culture? Quan, you go first, bro.
I would say yes. When I went to took my band last year to Langston's band day, there was a gentleman that walked up to me. He was like, "Hey, you the one that be on Talk That Talk, man. Y'all be saying some real stuff." He's an older gentleman, but he went back to school to finish his undergrad degree in music education. He was just regurgitating and reciting some of the things that we've stated on this show about music education that he stated. He was like, I didn't think about it in that manner. I didn't think about it, that music education, is honestly 90% admin and 10% teaching music. And I think a lot of people have a misconception of what being a band director is. You're an administrator, especially if you're the only one. Bless God if you got a staff, but if you're the only one, I wish we could just teach music. That's the easy part. But you have to be an administrator at all times when you're talking about you being a band director or a counselor or, you know what I'm saying, or a therapist, But I think we've impacted in a positive way because think about the conversations that we've had with Mass Band over the summertime. We may not all agree with it, but we approach it from a standpoint of, I may not know it, I may not understand, but introduce it to me. And if that's not my cup of tea, that's cool, but I'm gonna still support you. I think prime example, look at how we've all befriended and got to know Justin. I didn't know Justin prior to, this show in this manner. Of course, I've always subscribed to Smash Time. I've always appreciated his content when he, especially for Mardi Gras when it was Under the Bridge. I think one spring break, I watched all his videos at one time when just being up. But certain things that Justin be, I'd be like, nah, fam, I can't agree with that. And vice versa. But I do appreciate his stance. I do appreciate who he is. I appreciate Chuck and all of the friends that we've befriended, not gonna say internationally, but nationally. From this standpoint, I think we're impacting it where we're saying is, well, let's talk about it. And I think it's improving everything that we stand for the culture in a positive way. We don't have to go back and forth and cuss each other out and, drag each other through the mud, because how is that supporting the culture? I think we're doing a great job. That's why it's a delight for me every Wednesday to come on the show. And for me, it's professional development for me, and I think we open point of views and perceptions and perspectives that maybe others didn't think. And if it's college students, we telling them the real of what you're possibly going to run into as a music educator. We've informed people with great expertise from Maya and Portia through auxiliaries. Having Gary come on the show, having Dr. Sanford come on the show. Like we're not just talking shit amongst each other at the table eating chicken. We literally are inviting the expertise and the people that made the culture great to the table so that we can get a historical aspect, so that we can take their blueprints and then make it better. So if that's not impacting the shit, I mean, we might as well unplug this show right now. Think about Diver of a Band Lady with Crystal. Like her show Sunday talking about IEPs and evaluations and different things like that. She may have potentially saved somebody's job. You know what I'm saying? We're speaking about DEI and diversity, equity, and inclusion. We're pushing everything on this network. Don't forget to subscribe to the Passion News Network. That's why we doing what we do. We're not just talking shit, bro. Like we in this thing for life. These are our callings, so we're impacting it, man.
Hell yeah.
You almost cried.
Oh, man. But okay. Hold up.
I agree.
There we go. Maya, do you think our conversations have started to impact the culture?
Yes, and I also think you always be trying to set me up for failure because what I'm supposed to say after that?
Talk your shit.
What's on your
Talk your
heart?
shit.
No, okay. So for sure, I think we're definitely impacting the culture. And then to kind of flip it a little bit, I think that honestly, this marching season is going to be a bit of a testament to that. So do I think that it's going to be a landslide of a shift? No. But I do think that there are going to be some things that we have hit on that we can kind of feel a little bit. Because we do have some heavy hitters that are a part of this conversation. We do have some heavy hitters that are part of this community. And I think that anytime discussions are had, anytime that conversation is had, that's an opportunity for growth. And whether it's a direct impact or it's a friend of a friend of a friend, once those conversations get started, once those streams start taking place, once those conversations start getting more and more viral or start hitting the ears of whomever, whether consciously or subconsciously, those things are going to continue to expand. So I think that absolutely we're making an impact, whether big or small, any little bit counts. Even if we reach one, teach one person, that's more than what we started with. So it's absolutely an impact, whether big, great, small, two, three, whatever. So yeah, but like I was saying, I think it's definitely going to start to transition and get bigger and bigger in terms of real-time culture and what we're seeing being put on these fields. Hopefully, my biggest want is that the thought of us putting so much prominence or wanting to put the prominence back on the field as opposed to in the stands will begin to transition in this new marching season and onward and upward. So.
All right. See, you followed him just fine. Just fine.
I ain't never scared. I just be like talking little shit.
I know you from Dallas. All right. Portia. So before you answer this question, Portia, I'm gonna say you missed the beginning. I was very proud because I got my first piece of Nelia that doesn't say Spartan Legion on it when I came to Virginia. So I'm so happy. I got this hat. See, I got to talk about it again. I got this hat and I got a shirt that's sitting right here in the bag. I'm so happy. And then it says Norfolk State alumni too. It don't just say Norfolk State. So I was proud. I was happy.
Look at you.
Right, just growing up.
Maya, he gonna tuck that shirt in.
Absolutely. I'm gonna tuck it into my pants and my trousers with a nice pair of khakis.
Once you get to that alumni shirt, you gotta tuck it in. You gotta get the granddaddy New Balances and pull your socks up.
Yeah, you said it. All right. Portia, do you feel like our conversations have started to impact the culture?
I don't know what I missed as I was transitioning from my car to the house, but I would say, yeah, I know that if nothing else, people are gaining perspective. Like there are a lot of things that I didn't understand or I wasn't, I don't want to say not open to, because I'm definitely open to learning, but like wasn't exposed to, like that mass ban, those mass ban conversations. We didn't have that in Virginia. So I didn't know about them until a few years ago. So I didn't, realize, some of the impact and some of the reach and some of the intent behind that stuff. So I think if nothing else, we're gaining different perspectives because a lot of times we operate in silos and we know what we know and are exposed to other things or aren't willing to learn other things. And I think just the conversations here and being able to show that you can disagree or not always understand something and still be respectful, that you can have conversations with varying perspectives and land on, I still am not feeling what you're saying, but still be adults and be respectful. And I think if nothing else, that's helping the culture. That's impacting the culture because all of us don't always agree. We don't always have the same perspectives on things, but I do think that opening dialogue, giving varying perspectives, being honest and being upfront and being respectful is just awesome in itself.
And I want to, because I think more than one person brought it up, but I actually want to talk about this mass ban stuff for a second. I'm gonna bring it back up. I know it's a hot topic, but I'm gonna bring it back up. First things first. Shout out to the Virginia mass ban.
Did y'all see that?
They were on Good Morning America. Did y'all know that?
I saw it and was like, oh wow, this is dope. I didn't even know that was a thing, but I thought that was dope.
Exactly, right? So, and it just so happens I was cutting the clips from that episode, and the same day I was cutting the clips, they were on Good Morning America. And so I want to say big shout out to them. As a matter of fact, they got donated 50 instruments from Music and Arts. So big shout out to Virginia Mass Band, man. Hey man, they out there doing it, you know, and we can't hate on them, you know. The other thing is, I'm gonna say this. I said one thing on the episode. I'm gonna retract what I said. I'm gonna tell you why. I retract what I'm saying. I think it was maybe about 2-3 days ago. I sat back and I said to myself, you know, I would go to another mass band performance. Whereas on the show when after we went to the Southern Georgia one, I mean not Southern, good Lord, but the New Orleans, Georgia one, I said I probably wouldn't go back. But the reason why I'm actually changing my mind about that is I like to crank up too. Like a lot of people just think I don't like to crank up. I like to crank up too. Now like I said before, if I go, I probably won't stay the whole time. But I'm definitely gonna probably more or less go back to them. But it got to be the good ones though. I can't go to the I don't know. It depends on the situation. I'll put it that way. But yeah, so shout out to mass bands, dog. You know, I'm an equal opportunity music educator, man. So I'm gonna give love to everybody. So I ain't hooked, Justin. I ain't hooked. But yeah, but I want to show love to all music educators and all musical opportunities. But the other thing is, as far as, you know, our conversations and impact, one of the things that I can appreciate, which I'm seeing a lot more of now, which one of my former students from PV mentioned it, and I saw Eddie shared his post. A lot of people are being a lot more conscious of the content that they're letting out now. If you notice, a lot of bands ain't letting out stuff no more. It used to be you got band room clips, you had this, you got that. Let me give you a sneak peek of this. No, people are like, no, you're going to catch what we catch, which are one of the many conversations that we've had before about keeping stuff in-house and then, you know, letting it out when you feel ready, building that momentum and that thirst for wanting to see them, which I think makes people want to gravitate to the art more, you know. And so I definitely am seeing these things happen. And you know, I feel like a lot of these conversations are what spearheaded, because a lot you already know how people are. A lot of people ain't gonna say, yeah, well, we took it from them. They gonna be like, hey man, I got an idea, you know, let's stop doing, you know. Some people just want to be the person who said they came up with it, and that's cool too, you know. But I do want to I believe that a lot of the conversations that we've had have definitely impacted the culture, man, in a great way. And I think that when it comes to the videographers and stuff like that, I still will say this, you know, get a contract with these people, get a contract with these programs, man. Become their videographer. You know, I think Ricky still does stuff with PVI. I don't know for sure. But I think he still does stuff with PV. Like, we know without a shadow of a doubt, if all the big time joints ain't gonna be there, I know Ricky gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? We just know that. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that, man. So, you know, I really do feel like we have truly impacted the culture in a way. And definitely this year, the things I got planned, probably gonna do some other things, gonna really open a lot of people's eyes. But I will say this again, once again, we all gonna be in Houston at the National Battle of the Bands, man. So y'all gonna have an opportunity to come hang with us and check us out. We'll give you that information. Just make sure that you stay tuned. You know, because we got to talk some stuff and finalize some stuff.
I really shouldn't be this excited, but y'all, my bag's already packed. I'm like, super. It's like I'm going to a family reunion. Like I'm super. My mom was like, "You keep bringing up this trip." I'm like, "Girl, let me have my little moment." Okay.
You should be excited. I don't know. You should be excited. You should have your little tote bag. You should be ready to go.
I'm ready. Okay.
You got the nails did and everything, didn't you?
Nails, toes today.
I knew it.
Y'all gonna get this band camp here because my appointment. This was an impromptu trip, so my schedule not to next week. But hey, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But we're gonna have a great time. All right.
I'm Really
Facts.
excited. I'm looking. Look, Quan is excited too.
Facts.
Quan got some stuff. Gonna have some stuff for me coming. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I really do appreciate the conversation that we do have, and I really do feel like, and honestly, when I'm looking in other spaces too, I'm seeing a lot of people having the conversations that we didn't have. You know, so I think that's super dope too. You know, so yeah, man, I think that our conversations have really impacted the culture in a great way, and I just want to continue to have those conversations and push them forward. And man, if y'all are in the comments, y'all get out there and have them conversations too, man, and bring them up to the channel, man. We can all have them together. And then finally, after well, there's one thing I gotta say. I gotta give him a shout out because I see it every time. Shout out to Edwin Moore. I'm gonna say it again. Shout out to Edwin Moore. He gonna watch this. I know he is. And when you do, shout out to you, brother. And I'm gonna tell you why. I look at all the analytics. I look at everything, dang near every day. It don't matter what show it is. It can be this show. It could be Crystal's show. It could be Maya's show. Edwin is in there and he is comment. He watch it from beginning to end, and he will comment on every single one like he watching it live. And hey, so shout out to Edwin Moore, man. Great supporter. We appreciate him. Matter of fact, we appreciate all our subscribers, all our viewers, all our listeners. If you listen to us on the podcast as well. So yeah, but I just wanted to make sure I shouted him out, man, for his continued support. All right. Any final thoughts on this topic? Dope. All right, and then let's keep it going, man. Welcome everybody to Talk That Talk. We have the unfiltered, unscripted, uncomfortable conversations about band, HBCU band culture, music education, and more, man. Y'all go ahead and smash that like, daddy. Also, please make sure you subscribe to the Passioneers Network and turn on notifications. This episode will be up on all your podcasts and networks. Just type in Real Talk That Talk, except for Apple Podcasts, where you can just type in Talk That Talk. Before I go to the next topic, there was one thing I forgot to mention. I know at the beginning of the show we talk about you know, all the great things that happened to us and all that kind of stuff. It was one thing I forgot, man. You know, I was a little bit modest about it, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. I just did a commercial for YouTube. I did a commercial I want to say about two weeks ago for YouTube. So a lot of people don't know I'm a voice actor as well. So I do voice acting on, you know, so they just dropped the YouTube commercial. So I was really excited about it. I was trying to be modest about it, but my wife was like, man, you got to tell people. And I was like, I don't want to tell people. I don't really care, you know. And then she made me show my kids, and then my kids was like extra excited and stuff. But yeah, so that was the other thing that happened. Yeah, so I did a commercial for YouTube. So there we go. I can put YouTube on my resume now. All right, here we go. Next topic. Should we continue to be critical of music education programs? Should we continue to be critical of music education programs? Portia, go ahead and start it.
Absolutely. Anything that is not being evaluated is not going to grow, is not going, and we should want the best for our students, for our culture. We should be everything that is great, and at every level of our lives, even our careers, there are evaluations. We should be continuing to ask the questions that are going to get our programs, our schools in a position to be better, to grow, to meet the changing needs of the students. So absolutely, I don't see any reason to not do it. Now, if everything is always negative and we not offering solutions, to me, that's ridiculous. But as long as we continue to have conversations about how we drive this thing forward, how we improve it, and take action, be a part of the change, then I don't see anything wrong with it. To me, it takes people who came through these programs, who are doing it every day, to be a part of that solution, not just have the conversation, not just be critical, but to be a part of the difference. I think absolutely. And if we don't talk about them, if we're not evaluating them, they don't get better. They stay stagnant or they die. So that's my response.
All right. Maya, should we continue to be critical of music education programs?
Sí se puede. No, for sure. Because I mean, the way I see it is, I mean, what's the saying? Let sleeping dogs lie, or what? However it goes. What's the point of having a conversation? That goes back to the conversation that we just had about impacting the culture. Everything needs to be impacted. Everything needs to be not necessarily picked apart, but brought to the forefront. There needs to be conversations that are had, especially if there are areas of opportunity. The only way that those areas of opportunity are going to be approved upon, or that we're going to get those opportunities into the light, or into the spaces, or into the environments where things can actually be pushed upon, approved upon, and moved forward. It's doing so by having those conversations, putting those different communities and letting people know that this is something of value. This is something that we care about. So absolutely, until the masses feel satisfied, and even thereafter, because something can always continue to be improved upon, why would we not? There are so many things that are quote unquote lacking, from leadership to the education itself, that can be done. So I think we should absolutely continue to be critical. Just because it's critical does not necessarily mean it's a bad thing. Whether you say it's a critique, or we're not criticizing it, we're just being critical of it, and sharing what can be done, and what placements can be put forth. So yeah, I think we should.
Okay. Quan, you think we should continue to be critical of music education programs?
I think the consensus is we should, but I think our approach needs to be better for our culture, because every situation and circumstance is different. What I mean by that is, if you look at a program, for example, if it's a young band director that's trying to develop and build a program from scratch, like, I shouldn't see people in the comments talking about they trash, they this, they that, in a negative manner. You should speak about, like, you should research, in my opinion, and this is what I do. And I know I can't expect every person to think the way that I think, of course, but I do expect a person to research that school, to be like, well, why is it like this? And I think we need to start asking, excuse me, why, instead of pointing the finger and laughing and diminishing and exacerbating these music programs, to truly understand why. I think that's the only thing that I think I've disagreed with Rick, just overall, as if I've been knowing him. I know his philosophy is that there's no bad bands, there's bad band directors. And I'm gonna take it a step further. I don't think it's all bad band directors, but I think it's also bad administrators that sometimes affect the environment of a music program overall. If you got an administrator that doesn't support you, you know damn well it's going to be hard for that program to grow and thrive. Just period. And I know many of us are faced with those same circumstances and situations, and we make critique is not a problem. I do agree with Portia. What Portia said is, we need to figure out how can we help. We need to have more resolvers than people just shit talking. I think, and that's overall for the culture, period. But it's nothing if Julian told me, Saquon, I think your trumpets need to fix this, blah, 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 blah. That is critiquing. And I think people, we don't know the difference between critiquing and criticizing. Like, we don't know those two. To critique is to say, this is the issue, and then this is how you fix it. To criticize is that they ain't shit, they ain't gonna be shit, and you ain't gonna be shit either. Have a good day. And I think we need to fix that approach overall. Bill Cosby said, with the dabness, with the steak on the garbage, up to that person to even grow and learn. I think we, as a Black people, as a culture, as people, we need to do better with that. And we need to approach people in love, because it's about the kids. It's going back to the kids. It's not about views and likes. It's about the kids. So how can we improve the kids that go home to some messed up situations? How can we improve the kids? So if the kids are the main focus about it overall, we're going to be straight. But don't be shit talking that band director if it's about the kids and you don't know his backstory.
So you said a lot of great stuff. Which made me think about this. What about the band directors who are so passionate about their kids and their programs that they mistake critiquing for criticizing?
Then that's a you issue. And see, like that's the dichotomy we deal with. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I think me as a musician, but you also have to surround yourselves around a community or a village of people to where when they tell you, say, fam, that's just so you don't get offensive. You be like, you swallow it, you be like, all right, how can I fix it, bro? You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. Because the truth is, anybody that comes from my kids, I'ma feel some type of way. But if I have a rapport with you and even your approach, you know what I'm saying? That makes it the difference. I won't be offended. So for example, Luke, Portia, Maya, Rick, whomever that I know, Crystal, that would say, hey, Quan, real talk. You need to fix that. Okay, well, what I need to do? That's different from y'all niggas trash. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the big difference. And I think people are so hypersensitive to where it's like you missed the point of what I'm saying because you got offended. And maybe you got offended because maybe I don't know that your principal didn't give you a budget, that your kids, because they stay in low housing income, so they can't practice at night in their apartments. Like, I don't know that. So if I'm coming at you sideways, you're going to react like that because I don't know the backstory. You feel what I'm saying? But if we come at people in love about those kids and we see the potential of what it could be, then I think it'll be different. But it's all about your approach. I've addressed band directors who I felt like I had a rapport with. Say, fam, I'm not coming at you sideways, but I think you can do better with this. And so forth and so on. It's all about the approach with everything. And if they don't receive it, it'd be like, hey, you know what? You right. My apologies. That's your band, bro. And you leave it alone. And you have to hear him or her is not mature. Maybe 2 years later, he may come back and be like, bro, you was right. But don't get offended. Just receive what he's saying and call that a day from that. What he or she's saying and call that a day. But it's about the approach, bro.
All right. We got to get better on our approach. Our approach sucks. There you go. That's what I got. I'm joking, man. Just messing with you. All right, cool.
I think it's a little bit more than that too. The approach has something to do with it, but I think it's also the person on the other side of it, especially when you're putting yourself in these spaces. You have to be keen to continuing to be a sponge. You have to continue to be teachable. You have to continue to be relatable, especially when you're dealing with children, no matter what age they are, young adults, children, or what have you, because you have to have the ability to continue to pivot, to keep your ear to the streets, and you have to be malleable. So by whether that's receiving information, doing your due diligence to do your continuing your education, whatever that may be, all of that comes with having that particular role. And I think that some people need to reevaluate what they got going on. That's our client said, that's a you thing. That's a you problem. If you can't humble yourself to be able to open up your ears and your heart and receive stuff, when it truly, yes, everyone may not display, or be able to give off what they're trying to say in the best manner. But I think also you have it in yourself to be able to say, okay, well, what are they really trying to say? Especially if you are in it for the best reasons, if you're really in it for the greater good of the community, for these children and whomever else. So I think I don't know if it's 50-50. We ain't got to go to percentages, but I think that there is responsibility on multiple parties to be able to make this thing a thing.
And I think for not that anybody should subject themselves to disrespect or somebody talking to them crazy, but for these people who are band directors, coordinators, in charge of students in whatever level of marching band, you have to display the behavior you're expecting from them. If you're expecting them to receive critiques from you, suggestions on improvement, areas of opportunity, you have to also be willing to hear that. I can't tell you how many times people are like, y'all need to be able to listen, and y'all need to be able to receive, and y'all need to be able to take these tips, and somebody try to give you a tip and you lose it. No, you need to display and model the behavior that you're expecting from your students, because they're watching you. If they see that you can't ever take, any constructive criticism or any tips, or you're not willing to listen to try to improve yourself, why would I try to do that? I'm following what you're doing. So, I'm always willing to learn. I'm always willing to, and being able to say when you're wrong, that too, because it's so many times that people are in these positions and think I can't ever be wrong. That's ridiculous. Being able to own up, I made a mistake, I apologize, is big. And a lot of people in positions do not know how to take constructive criticism, but can give it out. That's backwards. Or can't admit to their students at whatever level that I was wrong and I apologize. And I'm sorry for how that made you feel. So then when you say something to them and they flip out and they can't fathom in their mind why they owe you or whoever they did this in front of an apology, they're following your lead. So you have to be an example for what you're expecting from your students. That's all. That's what I wanted to add to that.
From one of my wife's favorite movies, Attitude Reflects Leadership. I was big enough to apologize for being wrong today, so I was wrong. Portia, I was wrong. But yeah, there are definitely a lot of directors and leaders out there who have so many big egos to the point to where they are not willing to be able to take certain criticism. And I think that is a detriment to yourself, and I think that's a detriment to your program. A lot of people are like, well, I've been successful for X amount of years, right? But that doesn't mean that you're incapable of learning. And this is one thing, that I asked Dr. Zachary when I was an undergrad, when he was Mr. Zachary. I asked him, in undergrad, why do you keep doing this? And he said, the day when I stop learning is the day I need to stop doing this. And that's literally what he said to me. And I will never forget that. We were sitting in his office on the fourth floor. His office used to be on the fourth floor. But no, we were sitting in the office and he told that to me, and that stuck with me ever since. And that's why for me, I'm always willing to learn something from somebody. And I also, and I think that's why I also appreciate this, right? Because there are things that I didn't know. There are things that, Portia, you've taught me that I didn't know. Maya, you've taught me that I didn't know. You'd be surprised, Maya. You taught me a lot. Even Quan, man. Matter of fact, me and Quan was on the phone the other day. I was thanking him for the stuff that him and his wife shared with me, man. So, I'm always willing to learn, and as an educator and as music educators and just leaders in general, you need to always be open to accept criticism and always be willing to learn. You should always be a lifelong learner first, especially when you're talking about being a leader. So 100% on everything that you all said. All right. Any final thoughts on that? Dope. Moving right along. Yeah, I told you we might make this a short night. We had 1 hour and 31 minutes. Maybe not. All right, here we go. Welcome everybody to Talk That Talk. We have the unfiltered, unscripted, uncomfortable conversations about band, HBCU band culture, music education, and more. Man, y'all go ahead and smash that like that. Let's get them YouTube algorithms moving. All right. Also, please make sure you subscribe to the Passioneers Network and turn on notifications. This episode will be up on all of your podcasts and networks. Just type in Real Talk That Talk, except for on Apple Podcasts, where you just type in Talk That Talk. All right. Final comment for the night, or excuse me, not comment, but topic for the night. And then I'm going to open up the line so y'all can come in and chop it up with us if y'all feel ready to, and if your camera ready and you got your wigs on and everything else. All right, here we go. Yeah, of course. I was chopping videos. I remember that episode when you showed us you had a nice little silk press wig on. Anyway, here we go. Alabama A&M, Alcorn State University, Bethune-Cookman, Grambling, A&T, Kentucky State, Prairie View, and the Human Jukebox. Here we go. What is your thoughts for the National Battle of the Bands? What is your Maya? You unclicked very quickly. Go ahead, Maya.
That was an accident.
Nah, don't be lying now. You already up there. Go.
My thoughts. I'm just happy to be there. I'm just with you. I'm just gonna be happy to be there. Everybody all in one place once again. I'm just hoping that it's not a repeat of that Genesis situation from what was that, a year or two ago?
Oh, you talking about with Miles and PV?
Yeah, I say I hope it's not, but I really hope it is. But
because you from Dallas, you want to see some ignorant stuff.
I want to get ignorant before shit hits the fan and we really got to dig into the season. Honestly, I want shit to get ignorant. Call this the last hurrah. Okay, you just made it through band camp. It's your one time to shine before we really got to get into it.
So let me ask you this question, Maya. Who are you excited to see there?
Me.
You look in the mirror.
I'm excited to see everybody, honestly, because last season, it was a season, but it wasn't a true season. And we haven't had a true season in what, 1, 2, 3 years? Hell, I don't even know at this point. So I'm really just excited to see everybody. There have been so many transitions. There have been so many director changes. Just so much has happened within the course of the past 2.5 years or so. I'm just ready for everybody, for it to feel like normal, for it to feel like the culture. I feel like I'm going to be that little kid back at Kincaid Stadium, the regular Battle of the Bands. So that's what I feel like. I'm just anticipating it being a good old black old time. I'm the president of We the Blacks, and we back to act up, okay?
All right, the good old black old time.
Oh, the good old black old time. Why not?
All right.
I like it. Put that on the shirt. Good old black old time.
Let's just get ignorant and let the black wings fly. Like, let's just let the flag fly. Just go for it. Why not? Everybody have you a good that wang dang doodle of a time before the season for sure starts.
Well, we're gonna have a great old time together, trust me. All right, Quan, what are your thoughts for the National Battle of the Band, bro?
For me, I'm just excited. You know, as a high school band director in Houston, I'm excited for the kids to see it. And I think as we're getting older, it's kind of like we just want to make sure that our kids have the opportunity to experience what we experience, because it's kind of like legends that we're telling, like, yo, we done been to this place and we perform here, and they like, for real, man, I bet you it's not. And so now they're starting to see it, because some programs, unfortunately, may not be able to display the type of pageantry that director wants to, but is able to see the highest level of band pageantry from a historical Black college and traditional manner ever. I think, honestly, this Pepsi, you know, I know it used to be Cracker Barrel, but this Pepsi Battle of the Band may be overtaking Honda. I think Honda be excited for us because it's Atlanta, you know, it's us, and it has some time, you know, to establish itself. But you keep pushing this, in maybe 10 years, this is gonna be like the new Honda, bro. I think it's already
maybe dog
past it. So you feel like it's past it?
Well, I do feel that way, but here's the big but. I think they Smitty in the whole situation with that whole flipping the sides joint. They should have kept it just facing one way. If they would have did that, they would have been all right. But that whole flipping the sides, I think that's trash. You could just keep that joint one way.
But why though? But but you're not gonna be you don't want to see all of the backside though.
You say what?
Yeah, what does that even mean? Flipping sides.
So basically,
they're doing it like Honda. But go ahead, Quan.
So basically, it's like every band. If like you have a set of bands that's gonna face the west side and a set of bands gonna face the east side. So like Prairie View is gonna face the east side. And I believe
exactly.
Like the west
exactly.
Side.
That's trash. That is trash. Look, listen, and I'm face one side.
Face one way. All the bands face one way.
Everybody like this. So they're like this or they're like this.
No.
If this is the crowd on one side, this is the crowd on the other. So one band is gonna come out and face this way, and the next one is gonna come out and face this one. And they alternate. That's trash. I want all the sound coming my way.
Every band.
That's not how to get money.
No, No, but that's what I was about to say. The thing is, they do it that way to be able to pack the stadium. That's just the reality of the situation. At the end of the day,
Trash.
it's all a money grab.
They could have
But
kept
it's
that.
trash because it does not relate to the band head. It doesn't relate to the band head in me.
Who's
That
band
I don't
head?
I don't
The
want
band head knows. Okay, let's say we had a home game, right? You play to your side, and the visitor plays to your side. Like you just already know. Like you play to the home side, regardless.
nobody want to hear the visitors if you had a game. Nobody care. But we talking about a battle.
I'm just saying the effect of it all. It's the same.
If I am
circus music, I don't care. I don't want to hear that.
If I'm at a game, I only care about my school. I don't care about that. But if I'm at a battle,
Right, and if
I want to hear
about
everything.
them, I'm more than likely talking trash. This is a band head event. The band should be facing the people. I'm confused.
They are.
That's the problem.
All of
No.
people.
I don't want to see the back of Prairie View. I don't want to hit the back of nobody. I don't understand. I don't like it. I don't see.
Well, can I be honest, Portia? The way your ticket's set up, you're gonna see the front of Prairie View.
Okay, praise the Lord. All right.
Praise the Lord, saints. but no, I think it's phony, and I hate always having to do this and compare it. But I'm sorry, DCI ain't about to do no two sides. DCI is going to do one side.
Seats or you get the bad seats.
There you go. If you didn't get them good seats, it's tight. If you getting them joints that's way on the 20, it's just tight. If you got them 50,
you're gonna have to you're gonna have to rewatch that shit when you get home because you didn't buy the good seats. That's
it. You ain't get your ticket early. That was your fault. I mean, that's just what it is, Lord. That money grab from both sides. I'm good. Because I want to hear it all. I don't want to hear no bass drums. No offense, Quan. I don't want to hear no bass drums in one band, and then in the other band, I get to hear the whole band. That's trash.
Right. Or somebody that's not sitting with us be like, oh, did you hear that? They smashed that. I don't know what the hell they did to it from the back.
Or you see that one little phony person who was putting it back on the dance routine because you knew they can't dance and their uniform was too big, so it falling off their butt. Then they don't know none of the moves, or it's always, no offense, it's always the real heavy set person back there who ain't got no moves, and they didn't makeshift the goddamn uniform to put on their body, and they in the back of the goddamn dance routine. We gotta watch that. I don't want to watch that.
What we gotta watch.
I want to watch the drum majors go ham in the front for those.
Guess what? You know how we used to resolve that back in the day when it was
walk to the other side.
Baby, I was trying to figure out how far it was in between and what kind of openings they got because I would play ring around the damn stadium. I'm sorry, what's going on?
Oh yeah, well, see, here's the problem. Here's where it becomes a problem. It was different when the bands was on the other side. And you could just easily walk over there. But now they trying to pack out this joint. So it's about to be packed. It's about to be packed.
So where the band's going to be? In the back? Under
probably
the
on the side. Yeah. Probably in the.
Yeah. Well, see, but that's another thing. Because they have the round robin and the stands, the band's on that side.
You getting that from the sides. You ain't getting that from the front no more.
Oh, this trash. Because last year we was all lined up against each other, and you got full-fledged sound.
Yeah,
this
you
gonna
probably
be
get
trash
end zone
the end zones. Oh,
and then as a band person, you battling somebody from the end zone. You know how far that is from the other band? That's trash. Oh my gosh!
I'm trying to be funny. Some of these bands you gonna feel that hell. I'm sorry.
But real talk,
I'm sorry.
But real talk on percentage wise, how many of them are you really gonna feel? Percentage wise,
about 4.
You giving a high number. You giving a real high number.
Why? Who coming to this?
You said about 4. I'm giving maybe about 2 or 3.
I got 3.
Who coming?
You got 3.
So I got 3.
So
A&M, Alabama and A&M.
Right. Nope.
Alcorn.
Alcorn maybe.
Alcorn
maybe. I don't know what they sound like this year, but maybe.
Bethune-Cookman. I forgot right now.
Bethune-Cookman. PV.
Grambling.
Tight.
Kentucky State.
Tight. You maybe.
No. Unless they didn't like doubled in size. Because don't get me wrong, Kentucky State was eating last year.
It's the same size as the Legion.
Oh well.
They like that now, you know, and they probably will be getting on them end zone daddies.
NCAT and Southern left.
Southern, absolutely.
Yeah.
NCAT tight. Sorry, Chuck. NCAT ain't
I
going
haven't
for
heard A&T this year. So
NCAT sound stopping right at the 50, bro.
Hey, so and like,
Oh damn.
damn. So like not being ugly.
That's far though. End zone to the 50.
Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Not being ugly. We gonna keep it a buck. I really like last year's lineup better than this one.
Who was last year?
Last year was Jackson, was Southern, Bethune. Who else? It was Tennessee State, I believe.
Yeah, that was a better lineup.
Like that was a better lineup. Miles, I think, was 1 year.
But no. Here's the thing. I disagree. I agree with you, but I disagree. I agree on the strength that before the way they're doing the setup now, it made it better. Because when the lineup came out this year, I was like, "Oh, right, this is a dope lineup." But once they got these little switch side daddies, it's like, I'm good.
I ain't even know that. I'm glad y'all told me because I would have walked in that joint and been cussing.
They didn't switch sides the year before.
They switched sides before.
They did not. They did not.
Maybe they didn't do it last year because
I was there.
We met. I know
that they didn't switch sides last year.
So all of them was on one side.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
everybody faced the same way last year because when Langston, I think they went before us when they came off the field.
There. Thank you.
We was right there.
I'm wrong. I fell short of the glory.
There you go. Admit you're wrong. You admit you're wrong, music educator.
1 and 2.
But yeah, so and yes, you're absolutely right. NRG does have some trash acoustics because I do remember when we first got to PV and playing Texas Southern and NRG. It is trash. It is absolutely trash. So yeah, but we just gonna have a good time in the name of the Lord. All right. So there you go. Hallelujah. All right, man. So let's go ahead and get the first person in here. Oh man, he chilling too. He chilling good.
You ain't asked me what I was looking forward to.
I didn't. I'm sorry.
No,
my bad.
Lord.
We was deep in conversation. My bad.
I'm the bald-headed stepchild all the way in Virginia.
No, you're not.
You're not a percussion member. Remember that.
Don't say that.
Oh,
no, you're not.
Wow. I'm looking forward to not working. I'm so excited. I don't know what to do. I don't have no responsibilities. Okay.
I honestly think that was why you're super excited because you get a chance to come to this and not work. That's what I thought about. So yeah.
I ain't got to do nothing. Okay. I ain't got to worry about no outfits, no stockings, no flags, no where about that. I don't have to do none of that. I told him unless somebody is getting ready to meet Jesus, don't even text me. I can't help you. I'm in Texas.
Ready to meet Jesus. Good God.
You went there.
Oh, Lord.
Anything short of that, it's somebody in Virginia that can handle it.
That's true.
Nope. I'm so excited. After I leave there tomorrow, I'm unavailable.
Yeah, I figured that was the reason why you so excited because I remember last time you was working in the suit jacket. So now
I don't even know what Houston looked like. Okay, we landed. We landed. We had practice at Julian's old school. We did the national battle bands, and I was back in Virginia. Listen. What I will say is the best part of my whole trip is that we went to True Lux across the street from our hotel. Oh my God, that was amazing. That's it. That's the only place I went outside of work was to True Lux. Other than that, I don't know what the city looked like, so I'm excited.
Well, you gonna get a super tour of the city. I'm gonna tell you that. Now it's gonna be long. It's gonna be a long drive. I'm gonna tell you that too. You gonna be tired. I'm just thinking about driving. If we compare equivalents to driving, Norfolk to just like Virginia Beach, like the beach, Virginia Beach. In Houston, that's just like going from you in Galleria. I would say that's like from going that's 20 minutes. I'm gonna give you a good. I'll show you when we get there. I'll break it down for you. It's a lot of traveling in Houston though. All right, here we go, man. Here we go. Let's do the first. Hey, I just got that, Quan. Let's bring them in, man. You like you on the lawn chair. What's up, Chuck?
Yo, what up,
He tired already. Hey, you got a fresh cut. Look at you, brother.
bro? No, I ain't got a fresh. This is from.
Oh, it look fresh.
Nah, well, I appreciate it. This is from the weekend before the first day of school, and then on day 2, I tested positive for COVID.
Yeah, man. I'm glad
I
you're
was
doing
out.
well, though. I'm glad you're doing well.
And I was out. So yeah, I'm laying down. I'm tired. I'm like, this year has been draining already. This is like week 2. I'm tired. I'm tired. But nah, I just want to check
tired, bro.
I just want to check in and say hello to everybody. You know, when y'all started the show, I was on my way home from the school, and yeah, and forget all y'all that's about to have a good time this weekend. I got a game Friday, and ain't no way I can make it. But nah, I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be a good event.
Man, it's gonna be dope, man. And once again, man, I'm really glad that you made it through that COVID situation.
Bro.
I know what it feels like. I can tell you, it don't feel great. It don't feel good, my guy.
Bro,
Yeah.
I was out, and I started feeling better, but then I had to stay home. You know, so and shout out to my staff, man. I'm fortunate. Mosley Quan, you know, he's my associate director.
Yeah.
And you know, him and the rest of my staff just kept things going, man. And
Maurice Mosley, bro.
Yeah, I just sent out the practice plan, and they just, you know, made it happen. I was just really appreciative of having a great camp. So we were just kind of like autopilot, you know, running the show, running this, doing that, making things better. So, you know, it worked out pretty good. But yeah, I think this weekend's gonna be dope. What do y'all? I don't know if y'all asked, but Maya and Portia, what are y'all looking forward to on the dance and flag side, on the auxiliary side? Who y'all looking forward to see, if anybody? Come on, say it. Starts with a G, ends with a D. Come on, say it.
Golden Light.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Say it.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
They better have things on fire and balls and hoops, and then just it's gonna be amazing.
It is going to be amazing, but I think, like, am I excited to see it? It's like I know what they're gonna bring regardless. So it's just
right. Yeah.
I don't know how much that at this point they got to learn how to levitate for me to be surprised, because all the stuff that they pull out their hats,
Right.
like, it's just always like, okay, well, damn, you done did 5 changes in one show, you done fire, you done tricks, so they're like, what else can you do?
Right, and okay.
So I know it's gonna be something, but in terms of just like out of the box, basically, like I said, they're gonna have to be levitating and doing something crazy for me to be like, okay, I didn't expect that.
Right. Okay. Portia, what about you?
I'm looking forward to seeing the auxiliary units I haven't seen before. Like, I've never seen Kentucky State in person. I was at the Honda, so I've seen Prairie View in person. Who else is gonna be here? Who else coming through?
PV Southern, A&T, Kentucky State, Bethune, Grambling, Alcorn, and Alabama. A&M.
Yeah, I think it's kind of hard to like.
I want to see what they bring in this year.
Yeah.
Who else?
She's just gonna be happy to be there. She
I'm
already
really looking forward.
So happy to be here.
Right, you know, I'm not gonna really. Right, you trying to get me to say something specific, but I just want to see everybody that ain't the SoCats because I don't have to work. Okay,
that's cool. You know,
everybody.
I think that's something. I think that's something that we don't like touch on enough. Like that, like we, you know, as like either working with a group or as band directors or whatever. Like we don't ever just to go get an opportunity to enjoy. And then when we do, like, you know, we lack of a better terms, kirk out. Because like we're just being able to enjoy something that we love instead of like putting it together and stuff. Like I got a chance to go to the DCI, one of their competitions here in Atlanta. Shout out to Gary Bryant for hooking me up. And I went to the educators portion of it. And then when I got it rained out for a little bit. And then, you know, we had good seats right on the 50, but I didn't want to sit there. I wanted to sit up high. I wanted to sit up high and away from folks. One, because there was a lot of people, and then two, like I just wanted to really like take in like everything and kind of privately, if that makes sense, I got to get, it was by the skybox, but it was like an outside portion of it, and I got to get there, and it was just like amazing just seeing all the groups and just kind of enjoying it. And then I ran into some other folks like, hey, what's going on, and then they say, I know, I made my way down to the 50. And so I mean, it was just good just kind of being a fan, and just enjoying it instead of being like analytical. But of course, like I was like just at the end of camp, and I was like, oh man, we got to do this, And so like I saw something like, shout out to Carolina Crown, that's one of my favorite groups, and they put this QR code on the field, and everybody could scan it with their phone, and it had an interactive experience with the show.
That show was
it's so amazing.
Carolina Crown's my favorite horn line, by the way. So
right, like.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh my goodness, we're going to take that idea, one of our competitions. Like, I just love the whole concept. And so, I'm open this weekend, just all the bands do well. And from what I'm hearing from, like, I ain't gonna ever watch too many clips. Now, of course, certain things you run across or whatever. Like I ran across the Texas Southern, one of their clips, and Jackson, of course. Julian, did you have any kids in the merge or any of the fan day at A&M or any of that stuff?
Man, I think I got a kid at A&T.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just had Aggie Fest. Yeah.
Yeah. So I gotta check with Shuni to clarify.
Right.
I think I got a kid in A&T.
That's cool, man. That's always
I was sharing on saxophone in middle school, man.
Oh, wow. Man, I was sharing that with like my students and be like, hey, it's such and such, that just graduated or such and such, just kind of seeing that stuff. It's cool to see your kids a part of that stuff. And also like hearing like good things. I try to check in, but then again, like with college, I'm like, hey, it's college. Like, I'm here, but you got to enjoy it and take it in for yourself. But I try to check in every so often just to make sure that they, that they doing what they supposed to and that they good,
Yeah, absolutely, man. And also, man, shout out to you, bro, because I saw that you got the joint on Eddie's joint.
Oh man, yeah, he just kind of hit me up about it, and I didn't have a template or anything. I just kind of came up with an outline to just talk whatever, I mean, it was really free to talk about whatever, and I just try to, hone it in on some stuff, man. But then I appreciate it, man. It was cool. Man, I was hoping to see another one. I want to see some more folks on there so I can learn some stuff,
Yeah, I tried to come through. I think I watched maybe like 10, 15 minutes of it, but I was in the middle of doing something, so I couldn't watch all of it. So, and then I think they canceled it for the second one.
Yeah, they canceled for the second one. So hopefully somebody else jump on, man. But I mean, for what I've seen from like different groups, like, as of right now, I mean, it seems like everybody's doing well. I haven't heard anything that's been like outlandish or crazy or whatever. I'm looking forward to I'm taking my kids to the HBCU Culture About the Bands in November.
Okay.
I know Norfolk's going to be there, Kentucky State, A&T, A&M stuff. I'm really looking forward to taking my kids to that. I think that's a good mix.
Yep.
Good variety, good mix of groups that's going to be there. And, I just been telling my seniors, like, hey, this is when I need y'all to audition. We ain't waiting for 2023. We need to start now. And because I had too many seniors. I mean, I've had too many seniors in my career just wait till the last minute and you getting whatever's left. You get whatever's left instead of, being on that director's mind. But now I just wanted to drop in and say hello. I know I ain't been on for a minute. I was checking. I was like, man, they got a show today or not? I know it's in the, in the season. So
right.
I know it's tough for everybody. But I will say this. I did hear that I believe that Honda's going to make their return.
Okay.
I did hear that.
I heard it. We'll see what happens.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't mind having 2 battles a year. That would be dope.
Right.
One at the beginning of the year, one at the end.
That's exactly what I was thinking, because then you can see what changed and how people have improved, and so I think that would be actually a dope thing.
And that used to be like the beauty of I don't know if you guys ever attended Queen City. when it was in Charlotte. Like, and because of the stadium there, the acoustics are some of the best that I've ever heard from DCI, HBCU bands, anything at that stadium right there. And it was early. It was like right after people's camp. So like people are on fire and it was really good. I mean, I remember the first year we did it in 2003, and that was like the largest A&T group. And, you know, that was really good to have that right at the end of camp or right before school started. You know, it was just perfect where we just focus on band. And so, you know, it's good to have.
You know, the National Battle of the Bands is the same.
That is the Queen City, yeah.
Because they couldn't come to an agreement, you know, with the city of Charlotte and get a bigger space. Because the last one I went to that the Legion was at in 2017, it was people everywhere, and there was lines. And
it was some of the largest crowds that I've ever seen. And I get what you're saying, Portia, with like the bands flip-flopping back and forth. It's trash, but that's how the stadium sells them tickets and pays to keep that thing open for as long as they do. They open that thing up. But like Julian said, the DCI, man, don't do that. Like, bands are facing this way, you better get a ticket there. If not, you're going to be in the nosebleed. Just like a movie, you know? You're going to be sitting in front with your neck hurting if you ain't bought tickets, you know, early enough. So, you know.
But yeah, bro, I appreciate you, man.
Thanks, bro.
You know, your family always, man. It's great seeing you. Like I said, man, it's also great that you're doing all right, man. Got through that COVID.
Yeah.
And I definitely, you know, wish you 100% success on the season. You know, I'm gonna be checking in, and I know you're gonna be checking in on us too.
Oh, for sure, man. Thanks, I appreciate it, man. We gotta get some new. I'm gonna grab some merch, man. But we gotta, you know, come up with some new sayings.
Absolutely.
Need an auxiliary. Is there an auxiliary joint?
Not yet.
Yeah,
I gotta. You know what? I gotta go back on my and them show and check to see if they said anything worth.
But you know they gave you something.
They did. Because I watch all their shows. I don't write it down in that moment, and I'll be like, man, that'll be nice. But then later on, I just go by.
Right. All right, y'all take care. I'm about to try to get some sleep and back at it tomorrow.
Absolutely, bro.
Bye.
All right. Peace.
Yeah, man. I will say this. As far as DCI is concerned, this is one thing I forgot to mention at the top of the show. If you want to see one hell of a show from the marching arts that has all the passion and energy and desire in it, Blue Coats did their 50th reunion show. Go watch that show and watch the passion and the energy that is in that show. Blue Coats did their 50th reunion show. It is super dope. And on top of that, it's great to also see one of your former students performing in that. And you guys don't know him, but his name is Travis. March for Prairie View. Back when I was there. But it's super dope just to actually watch that performance. If you want to see one of the most passionate performances, you know, just in the marching arts itself, man, go watch that show. It's a super dope show. All right, man. Let's bring up the next person, one of the family members, obviously. What up, Justin?
What up? What's good, y'all?
Man, ain't nothing, brother. How you been?
I've been working, man.
Sounds about right.
All right. Man, y'all talk about a lot of stuff from A to Z. Keep it short, I guess. How this show has brought a lot of people together. Like Portia was saying, we might not be able to agree on a lot, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that we can have a conversation and, like, you know, just agree to disagree, and the conversation is the most important part, you know what I'm saying? I don't agree with a lot that y'all say, I don't agree with a lot I say, but some stuff we learn from each other, you know what I'm saying? That's overall, and you're right, I have seen other shows where they talk about the same stuff y'all talk about on here, you know what I'm saying? I really like this show. I don't like everybody. It's hard for me to like something, you know what I'm saying? So I think I like because it's controversial. Y'all not scared to talk about a lot of stuff, and y'all, like, you know, on that side of the world, we down here, so it's like whatever. But anyway, everybody band, Norfolk. Yes. I watched that whole band raw video. I watched that while I was on the way to, I don't know if I was on the way to Jackson. I watched it in the middle of doing something crazy. But I like everything from all of them all of the Hot Ice, that's a big team, to everything, just the watching the intro. everything. I'm like, this sound like a symphony. You know what I'm saying? I won't hear that aggression though. Y'all know what I like. But shout out to Norfolk. PV, yes. PV, like y'all said, PV going PV. I'm mad that nobody could beat her. You know what I'm saying? I know that kind of took like a little bit of the momentum away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I could tell that these kids, they just plan to go through the motions versus as putting on the show. You know what I'm saying? So everybody sound good. The merge was different. I'm talking about like,
hey, you were there, bro. You got in front and center. Listen, like I said before, dog, I don't know what them kids was eating, but I swear half of them kids was in the Georgia Math Band, dog.
They was eating people. They was eating people, okay?
Look, and then what was crazy about it, you know, everybody like dog team, right? It was I seeing only 4 crab tubers, and we like, what happened? Like, what's going on? Nobody want to watch for Jackson? But you got to realize they have 17 upperclassmen, so mix them with that. That's a legit tuber line. When they came in on that merge, I looked at little looked at me, and we just laughed. So I'm like, this is crazy. Like, it's really like and they're the same size if you ask me. They just bigger in different sections. And them freshman trumpers like that. They living like that. Yes, they got my stamp of approval. I don't know who I am, but hey, I was over there like, Lord. Even the upperclassmen were looking like, yeah. So it's gonna be an interesting year with them. You know, and just because I know a couple of the bands that haven't popped out, it's about to get crazy this year. I ain't even about to lie to y'all. Like, it's really about to get stupid. On all from that Battle of the Bands in North Carolina, that's gonna be different. National Battle of the Bands, I agree with y'all. That switch side stuff, trash, garbage. I was on the conference call with them the other day, and so you got Bethune, PV. I got it right in my phone. PV, it's Alabama A&M, Alcorn, Bethune, and PV facing the west side. You got Grambling, A&T, Kentucky State, and Southern facing the other side. So it's like, good luck if you bought a ticket. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who don't want to see?
They stressing me out, Justin. They stressing me out.
And that's what made it. To me, that what made it legit. You got the bands on the other side, and everybody facing this side. When they say they're switching it to get more people, they said a lot of people get. I agree with y'all. First come, first serve. You know what I'm saying? Sit in those bleeds if you got to. So I don't know, but I just know like I did want to, as a videographer, we got to run back and forward, but the band's gonna be in the end zones also. So you're gonna be hearing the side of the band. So I'm interested to see how it works. But just knowing that we've been 1,000 Battle of the Bands, I don't know. I ain't too sure about it, but good luck, I guess.
It's taking the zeal away from it. It's just the reality of it. You killing the life of that whole thing by trying to go to the money versus going to, you know, what the people want. We don't want I mean, I understand you got to make your bread. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to make your bread. But we don't want to see that. We want in your face action. That's just all we want.
And I agree. That lineup last year was ridiculous. You never see Norfolk, Tennessee State, and Southern in the same house ever. I look at this lineup and I was like, okay, but then but we got all kinds of nice mixed blend. Kentucky State get to show off for the first time. You know, I'm team Kentucky State all day. But then when I found out that they're switching sides, I'm like, dang, like y'all in Houston, let's not act like everybody coming here to really see. I hate to say that PV Southern, the bands from around here. But you got them facing different sides, so you make them choose. So I'm like, you know, hopefully they got a. I don't know. I'm not gonna try, but I just knowing bad head wise, I don't agree with it at all. So yeah,
man, put me on that board, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna figure out how to get on that board. I'm gonna figure that out, like probably tonight.
That's crazy, but it's gonna be one hell of a season. They got a lot of events coming up. I know that they haven't dropped flyers yet. Got some crazy events and battles that, like, for people like that Indianapolis battle. Y'all seen Circle City turned into a battle of the bands now, and it's just gonna be a good year, man. So I'm excited to see everything, and yeah, man, excited.
100%, bro. I look forward to it too, man, and I look forward to running into you down in Houston.
What side y'all sitting on?
Whatever side PV's on. I think that's the west
side. I might be able to run up there like before the show. I gotta find out the lineup. I'm flying out in on Thursday actually. So
well, sure. Yeah. We're gonna have a little joint. So we'll shoot you the information. I do.
Hey, but let me know. We got a section at the top, Roger Bros and stuff. So I'm gonna be busy as hell. So I can send you Brandon them number. Y'all want to go interact with us, all the media guys. I feel like y'all need to introduce yourself anyway. So
Word,
it's no problem, man.
All right, bet. You know, I'll hit you up, bro.
I bet. All right, y'all. It was a great show. Nice seeing y'all back.
Man, same here. Holla at you, brother.
Oh, hey, one last thing. Reach out to Killer Cab, man. Killer Cab got in the
yeah, that accident. Yeah. So he's gonna be down for a while. I think didn't the Rogers Bros do something?
Yeah, we did it. We did a show the other night. We raised $2,000 off of just the people who was on the live. And that was pretty dope just to see people donate money off. I say, dang, yeah, stupid. But anyway, he got on live. He okay. He fractured 2 parts of his spine. So you know when a fracture has to heal before it could be a broken bone and a broken bone. So man, I don't know. It's tough to. I know how I base my schedule this year. Ironically, a lot of schools hit me up. You know, so I wanted to do the smaller schools. So I hit Kev up. Yeah, what game you going to? So I don't go to that game. And most times now it's kind of like, dang, like, you know, I guess you'll see the effects of not having one of the biggest media people out there. So man, keep me y'all prayers, bro. I know if that was me, I'd be a sad puppet for real.
Yeah. Like I told you, man, I don't tell a lot of people, but I be watching everything, bro. So you know, when I saw that happen, man, I definitely prayed for him, man, and I did see the joint that y'all did for him. So, man, I'm gonna figure out something that we can try to do for him as well, man, over here too. So, let me put my brain on it and let me figure it out, man. But appreciate it, man, for just kind of bringing that up because I completely forgot about it, bro.
Yeah, man, Cal, good dude, man. But all right, man, I'll talk to y'all later, man.
All right, bro.
All right.
All right, Boost Mobile Bandit. Hey, you ain't never lying. All right, let's bring in our sister. What's up, Crystal?
Hey fam, I'm past my bedtime. We getting ready to start school. I know y'all been in school for like a month already. So unfortunately, because we start school on Monday, I cannot go to the Houston Battle event. Stop shaking your head. I'm gonna be a responsible adult. I thought about it too. I said, well, I could get on the plane and then I could get like here and then go straight to the classroom. No, them children eat me alive. No.
Coffee will help you.
No, these post-pandemic, I have one class period that's 2 hours long.
Oh yeah, that's tight.
Yeah,
we're not doing the morning off. Just take the AM off, and then
our ensemble class is performing arts school, so the ensemble periods are 2 hours long, so they can have a lot of time to like play. Yeah, that's a long time. Like, y'all see my face, right? I'm like, y'all go over there and get out my face. Y'all go over there. But I kind of wanted to shout out the small bands. Like the small bands have been real consistent. Like nobody giving a lot of press to small bands, especially small bands with new directors. Like Wilberforce. I don't know if y'all saw that clip. He just got in there. Virtual just got in there like yesterday.
Yeah, I brought him up earlier. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just got in there yesterday, and I was like, that's kind of miraculous. So I'm looking forward to see a lot of the transition band directors, the ones that are in new director spots that, you know, got to do a lot with a little bit of time. Because, you know, we are unforgiving in the band world. We don't care if you got here yesterday. Mm-hmm. We don't care if a baby just started walking. You're going to play this tuba.
You better be cranking up and sounding immaculate.
Yep. So I'm just shouting out the small bands. There's a battle. HBCU week is coming up. And there's a battle of the bands. I just saw the flyer. It's like Del State, Howard, and some other people. So
yeah, I saw that too. I kind of glanced at it. I don't know. Maybe I was like massively confused at what it was saying. So you may have.
It was like, what? But it's on my end of the world, and so I don't have an excuse. You know, it's not like flying to Houston and trying to go back to your classroom on Monday. That's a drive for me. So I think I'm gonna try to go out there, you know, support stuff on my end of the world. You know, people always talk about us from the north or the mid-Atlantic be capping. We always trying to go down there. I support stuff anywhere it's at. So that's all. And you know, miss y'all guys. Y'all was kind of on a hiatus. I was like, oh, they taking a sabbatical.
Yeah, we had to, man. We had to breathe and you know, let everybody.
But mine came in with the shits off the break. I said, yep. I said, okay, they well rested.
Right?
Portia still running for president. I was like, oh,
my energy was all up when she came in. Look, the last episode, her energy was down, but boy, she back in it today, boy.
She needed a break. She got fresh. She went on holiday. She came back. She good.
Thank you.
They came in with the shits talking about A&T, and then volume production. I was like, yo, I was practicing, and I was like,
see, now you about to say something. I didn't say that they didn't have no volume. I just said from end zone to 50, that's a far away. They not going end zone to end zone. Who really A&T going to end zone? Crystal, we done been in the MEAC. We know. We didn't experience them. They ain't the small band with the big sound A&T now. They a different A&T. Now that doesn't mean that they sound terrible, but they just not going end zone to end zone. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. You know,
man, you speak your truth. You speak your truth. It was a cold statement though.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll eat it. I'll take it. It is what it is. I'll accept it.
And if he's wrong, he gonna come back and say it on the next.
I was wrong.
He came back all like repenting. I was like, oh man, he done had a change of heart.
Absolutely, you know.
That's all right. I've had to retrain on words too. That's a true sign of somebody always growing. Somebody who, you know, can admit, have a different perspective.
Thank
you. You know, so just want to say hi. I'm getting out of here because I got set up a classroom tomorrow.
Yeah, go do what you got to do. Don't be trying to be all messed up and say it's our fault. It wasn't our fault. It was you. Yeah.
Oh, I'll blame anybody. I'll blame anybody when they come inspect that classroom. We like see what happened is. All right, good people. Good night.
All right, Crystal. All right. Long. Yeah, I tried to keep it short. It ended up being 2 hours. Damn it. All right. Real quick though, I want to go ahead and run this because since we back, I got to make sure I run this. So we'll be back after I hit this button right here.
Hi, I'm Eric Prince, traditional show style coordinator for US Bands. Very excited for what we have coming down the road. To reflect on the past, our initial contest that we had at Prairie View A&M with Dr. Timmy Zachary was very successful. Excited for 2022. We're going to start in Montgomery, Alabama with Professor Brandon Howard out of Huntington College. Then we're going to return back to Texas at Prairie View A&M with Dr. Timmy Zachary. And then we're going to head up to Virginia State with Professor Taylor Whitehead. And then we're going to finish up 2022 back in North Carolina with my peer here, Mr. Gary Bryant.
Guess what? 2023, we got more exciting things coming your way. We're going to Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to go down to Shreveport, Louisiana, Jacksonville, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, Columbia, South Carolina, and we got one more, Jackson, Mississippi. So get ready. Here we come.
All right. Okay. Justin, if you're still watching, you see I used your clip to put that Jackson in there. You know, hey, what you got, Portia?
That was such a dope commercial, and I'm really excited. And I hope that I'm not working all of those dates so I can travel to some of that stuff.
Yeah, I plan on. Well, I was supposed to be at the one at PV, but that ain't happening no more. But definitely plan on being on a lot more of those events. So yeah, a lot going on. I didn't know about the 2023 ones, and then they released the video. So when they released the video, I was like, oh, this is gonna be dope. Okay, so yeah, man, y'all make sure that you guys start looking into that, investing in that. If you want to pick up your tickets for the things that are happening in 2022, you can go to usbands.com and get more information on that. And then I see what you're talking about. I got you. Yeah, man, Justin, I used your clip, bro. Very good clip. Very good clip. I needed that right then on time. I didn't want to, put your logo on there, so I had to take the logo out. But everything else, yeah. So appreciate your clip. The quality was busting. So US Bands Battle of the Bands is actually something that was a brainchild of Eric, Rick, Dr. Zachary, kind of something that started. If you don't know what's kind of been happening, and especially in the secondary high school competition space when it deals with marching, a lot of the times we have been kind of undercut as far as how they deal with scoring and adjudication on what we do, because there's always been this kind of thing where they don't understand what we do and how we do it. So we in the past, we have been judged on a level that a lot of people have found to be unfair. So what US Bands is a organization that is really, really, really well known in the marching art sector, but a lot of it is geared towards core. And so now they actually have a section of U.S. bands that is for show style marching. And so last year, if I'm not mistaken, it was last year. Yeah, last year they did their first battle where it was at Prairie View. And so the adjudication is fair across the board. The adjudicators are people who understand, the art, but they still, judge you fairly, but on what we do, musicality, pageantry, blah, 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 blah. But, in the realm of what we do. And so the first one was last year at Prairie View. And so now they've extended it this year to 4 different places. And so you are able to sign your program up for it. It doesn't matter what program you have, small group, large group, blah, 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 blah. You will still be judged fairly and judged accordingly. The last year that we did it, and you can, it's actually, we went live from that show. And so if you go far down on the live episodes, you'll see it, but it was a very small group there, and they performed and they did very well. And then there was a core style group that performed as well. So any and everybody is able to participate in it, but it's really an adjudicated thing that will be broadcast on the US Bands Network. But it is something that is geared really towards a lot more show style groups. So I hope that, was the best. Oh, there you go. Thank you for breaking that down. No problem. So if you do have a group, if you're a high school band director or anything like that, and you have a group, sign your kiddos up. I think Quan said he signed his kiddos up for the Prairie View one, I believe. Am I right?
Nah, we dealing with some things, but
Smith's dad.
Yeah, we dealing with some things.
Okay, well, never mind. I can't take that out of the live feed, but it is what it is. But yeah, but sign your kiddos up, sign your group up, man. It's definitely a great thing. And talk that talk, as I told Eric, talk that talk at some point in way. Passioneers is going to be a part of it. So just make sure you sign your kiddos up. Let's get this thing happening. What they're really trying to do is they're really trying to make it a big regional thing. They're trying to take it everywhere. So you see how it's slowly progressing. It went to 4 different places in 2022. They have expanded it in 2023. Hell, who knows what's going to happen in 2024. All right, let's get ready to get out of here because I know Maya's tired. She want to go ahead and go to bed. So Boost Mobile Bandit, any final thoughts? Anything you got for the culture?
No, I'm happy. We're back. I'm excited to finally, meet the whole family in person. I got a surprise on that day of. We'll talk about it next week, but you'll see the pictures of it for sure. I'm excited to, just it's a new band season, So and it seems like we back open. So let's just enjoy it.
Okay. All right, Maya, any final thoughts? Anything you got for the culture?
I'm just happy to be back. New season. Can't wait to see what happens. The things we uncover, discover, all those things. And yeah, we're gonna have a time this weekend. Hopefully. No, we are. For sure.
Okay. I mean, I got you the first time, so I'm just saying.
Well, I don't want to say hopefully because that leaves room for
some trash to happen.
Right.
There ain't no trash.
The antics we're gonna have is like the ignorant antics. All good on the up and up.
I got a bottle waiting. All right, Portia. Okay, I got you. Portia, any final thoughts? Anything you got for the culture?
I'm just gonna say, it was weird us not having shows. I enjoyed the time off and got to do some things, but it was definitely weird. On Wednesday, every day, I was kind of like, I need to be doing something. But I'm excited for this marching band season. It does feel more normal. I'm excited to see what bands that we've talked about, some that we haven't talked about, who are gonna, show up, show out, surprise us. So I'm just really excited about it being marching band season again. At first, I was kind of dragging, but I'm here and I'm excited for what this will bring. And I can't wait to get on this plane. That's it. I'm gonna shut this work laptop down. I'm gonna tell them Silks, have a nice weekend, and it's go time. Yeah, I probably won't be posting a lot because it's gonna be a situation. That's it. straight up. And if you down there, holler at us. Come meet us in person. I promise it'll be a good time.
Portia putting the promise on. I ain't even saying it. Portia,
Hey,
I promise it's gonna be.
I promise.
All right, cool. Hey,
I can do a little bit more in person than I can do on this show because I am employed, by Norfolk State University and by the other people I work for. So yeah, that's why I don't that social media and stuff. We're gonna have a good time in person. Okay, praise the Lord.
Bet. All right.
We had a time last.
Listen,
we had a time.
Look at here, because I think Quan knows about it. Because I think
that's what we all gonna be saying when we come on this next show. We had a time. Okay, last week.
I probably ain't even gonna say nothing because, like I was saying, like I think we told Quan the story of what happened with me and my wife when we went to New Orleans at first. Like, ooh, Lord.
Boy, we had a time last.
But I will say this, man. I'm truly happy to be back, man. I definitely agree with you, Portia. It felt weird on Wednesdays not having nothing to do, and just not having conversations, man. I know Quan has mentioned it before. I think Maya has said it before. This is therapeutic, man. This is just to get out and have these conversations, man. So definitely missed it. Glad to be back. Very happy that the March season has started back up. It does feel normal. There are some things that are coming down the pipeline for the show, for this channel. So I just wish all of you guys stay tuned. If you are going to be at the National Battle of the Bands, man, stick around. Not today, but go ahead. Yeah, don't stick around today. Y'all go to bed. But no, stick around between now and I want to say Friday, because we'll let you know, the places we're going to be at and the things we're going to be doing, and then you can kind of come in and tap in with us. All right. I have nothing else, man. If you haven't done so already, man, you guys go ahead and stop by the store, www.realtalkthattalk.com. You can pick up some merchandise there. I still think I'm doing 30% off if you type in HBCU Bands, so get you 30% off. Other than that, man, this has been a great show. We will see you guys next week. Miss y'all and welcome back.